Lay down. Go ahead. Oh, is there Legos in your spot? There you go. Okay, load up. Good boy. Alright, my stream is on. Oh man, I am breaking out. Painful little zits on my face. Oh, it ate some of our feathers. The other ones are up on the shelf there, but some of them got nibbled on. What is that? Sage? Yeah. Oh, there's money there. Sweet. Now I can go get something to eat at this gas station.
Okay.
Or get you hot food at the gas station.
Oh, could we maybe get that root beer cotton candy?
No, I can't afford candy. No, I don't have enough. I have enough for actual survival food.
Let's ask how much it is. How much cotton candy is? And
Listen.
if it's $1, I'll quickly
Slow your roll.
grab some.
Slow your roll. It's more than $1. It's not even remotely anywhere near from right now. So just calm down. What do you mean stool?
Which one?
The one that we're using to get on the bed. I need to get up here.
How am I supposed to get on the bed?
There's a rail for you to step on. Watch your shoulder and stuff.
Hey, keep an eye out for any of my toys or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean up here. I'm gonna get the vacuum.
Or any of my stuff that you took away. Look, I can see up here a little.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you spot any of
Oh,
those.
there's like rat turds galore up there.
Really?
Yep.
Hi, I've been wondering where that went. Hey, if it's okay with you, could
Don't touch anything up here. I'm serious. Get your hands
Can
from
I
down. Get your hands from.
I'm touching the
Okay.
roof.
Okay.
Could I maybe stand on the armrest to see what's up there? Oh, do you think that light still works? Mom, look, do you think this still works? There's a little lever.
Probably it does, but it doesn't because it has no electricity or anything connected to it. So
How do you turn it on?
you plug it in and then turn it on. It has a plug that goes to it, but I'm pretty sure I ripped the cord.
Why?
Nope. It's right there.
Where?
Still there where it is.
Yeah, I want to see what's up there. You mind if I stand on the
I don't care if you stand on it. No, go ahead. Ooh, I found another part to this.
What?
There's a piece of wood.
What is that?
Is it right there? I need the piece of wood that this goes to. This is a guitar holder, but I found the piece of wood that this goes to. There's like a flat piece of wood that this goes to. So, can you put this for me on top of the wood stove?
Oh yeah, it is red.
Yeah, be mindful. Don't breathe in that stuff. Put this on the wood stove right there.
Oh, you saw the wood stove in here? Dang!
Okay, these rats are stupid. Like, this is full of honey. And they've chewed through so many other plastic things. Like, I can't fathom why they didn't choose to chew through this, but thank God they didn't.
Why?
Because it would have been a nasty, sticky, fucking honey mess for me to clean up. But they did eat the hydration packet.
Oh.
Just interesting, their choices. This has already been broken, right? This thing has a hole in it, right?
Huh?
This has a hole in it, it doesn't work right, right?
I don't know what you're talking.
Oh, I taped it. I taped it. Okay, don't touch it. It's got rat poop on it and stuff, so don't you touch it, okay? Stay away. Actually, can you use those gloves that are right there? Looky Lou. Those gloves, black gloves in that bowl.
You mean southwest?
Thanks.
This still works. Look, I face one way. It's showing I'm going facing south.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, southwest. So that means that is west. Nope, north. Okay, I'm currently facing west.
Your harmonica.
I'm facing west. Now I'm facing north. And now I'm facing south.
And since Daddy gave me one
No,
like that.
east. Can I use my harmonica?
Hmm?
Can I use my harmonica?
Not right now. It's been up here. You don't want to put that on your mouth. Oh, hey.
Hey, it's our tweezers.
What the hell are my tweezers doing in this box and up there?
Well, we're just lucky you put them in there. Can I have those actually?
They're,
I need them.
when you're done, put them in that same drawer that I told you.
How are they perfectly fine?
They're put away in the box.
Were you about to throw them away?
Yep.
Why?
They ate these wax because it smelled like cookies.
No, I was hoping they didn't eat that because I wanted that. Can I have these? Since we have a new pair that's blue?
Elliot, anything that comes from up here, you cannot touch, okay?
No, I'm saying this, the tweezers, since we have a new pair.
You can have the tweezers.
Nice.
So put these in that drawer up there. That same one that I had you put.
Wow, what is this?
It's sunglass cleaners. Wipey, wipey.
Ooh, nice. What? For wiping your feet?
Wipey, wipey. Sunglasses. Oh, I forgot about this painting.
It survived. We're
Needs to be
keeping
wiped
it.
down a bit.
Were you about to throw that away?
No, I'm letting the garbage come off of it into the garbage. Unless it's destroyed beyond repair or beyond anything I can handle, I do not throw art away.
You are south. Nope. You are southeast.
Actually.
The painting is southeast to me. And now I'm facing north. No.
Alright, art. Stuff. Where's the other paintings and stuff? Guess I'm just kind of catching all right here, out here. Hey, I need, dude, no.
What?
You didn't put them away. Whoa, whoa.
The direction.
Needs to get picked up, bud. There's a reason why I handed them to you instead of putting them away myself.
You said to put them over there, and I put where you were pointing.
No. I said in that same drawer that you put something in the corner, the jewelry or something. I don't remember what it is, but you put something in that little pull-out drawer that sticks out. That's where it needs to go.
Micro drawer?
It needs to go there. I sure wish I could do all this
Big
without
rig.
living in this house.
Big rig. Big rig. That looks so cool. He keeps finding like those things that wear clothes in the supermarkets that have poses. He keeps finding them with faces.
Oh,
It's so weird.
it is weird.
They have the hilarious face. Oh, no. Riff-raff.
This is weird. There's like a Capri Sun sized straw
Huh?
cut into like small little sections.
What are you
The rat cut this straw, I'm saying,
Can I see?
into these like uniform sized pieces.
Wow.
I know, it's weird.
Can I see it?
It's,
Wow.
it's like a Capri Sun straw, or one of the straws that goes to
Capri Sun.
the milk.
Capri Sun. Not Capri Sun.
Capri Sun. You know, it's a sign of a manipulation to constantly correct someone with the way they're talking or whatever. Now stop. You gotta get that habit under control, my love. Oh, guess what I found?
What? Vacuum?
No,
What?
our telescope. So that we can look at the stars.
Can I see? Oh, the telescope! It survived!
Yep.
But remember, it had like a defect or something?
No, it doesn't. It's just I didn't know how to use it.
You know how to use it now?
No, but I have the mental patience to try and figure it out now. Dude, are you fucking kidding me? On the one thing it can get caught on, it will. This is so ridiculous. Literally, bro. Oh, God.
What?
The fucking vacuum cord is stuck under this box, so I can't lift the vacuum up. And the only way to do it is to lift up the box and pull the cord at the same time, but it's very hard because there's a pile of stuff in front of it. Great. I need a charger cord.
You need it? I'm at 35%.
Better than 0, and I need it. Okay. Stand on this side. Hello, Mama. Okay. Can I help you? What's stopping the progress here? No. Okay, first things first. First things first. I hope I didn't throw away the fucking tape for this label maker. I feel like I did. Nope, wipe down up there first. Baby, go to the car and get the tablet.
Why?
Because I need to listen to something while I'm working.
Well, why can't you just use your phone to do it?
Because I'm on a live stream.
Why do you have to live every time?
What's happened to your face?
Oh, I was
Oh my god. Your face is super red.
on which side?
That side?
Left or right? This side?
That side, yeah.
I was like this one.
Yep. Yay, there just happens to be a lighter.
See? I was like this one.
Yes, I see. Your shoes are right here.
Yeah, there's a cord.
Yeah, like I said, it
Our stuff actually survived. Hey, by the way, Mom, where's the dirty laundry? Because if you find it, can you please put my name in there?
Yes, I am going to, sweetheart. Yes, 100%.
Because
yeah.
sweet little Bob, I don't want Bobby to die. I found the other change jar.
Yes, just leave it alone for now. It's dirty. Okay, so this is all. Remember, I'm cleaning this side of the
How
house.
am I supposed to walk over there?
Just go. I mean, I can make you a little bit more of a pack, sort of, but not really. This isn't really super sturdy, but you can balance yourself with it.
It stepped on something red. Ow. Nope, ain't doing that.
Buddy, go get the tablet
Why?
because we need it.
Why? Why do we need it?
Because I need my laptop.
My?
You know what I'm saying? Words are struggling, but you know what I'm talking.
You mean I need the laptop?
You need the laptop, I need the tablet, yes.
Oh.
So you need to go to the car and get your laptop.
Hey, if it's okay with you, could I maybe play BeamNG on it?
I will consider it, but I'm not going to say yes yet.
I'm saying...
You need to just go get it.
Could
It's
you
going to
maybe...
be buried a little bit. Go in the front seat and reach from the front seat back.
Okay.
He'll be right back. He'll be right back. It's fine. Got it?
I can't even reach it because it's buried and I need access to the back seat to get it.
You can't go from the front seat? Like I
No,
said?
it's buried and it's all the way in the back.
It's right. Okay, so if you're sitting in
Touching the back of the seat and it's crushed. And
your...
I
Not crushed. Daddy said... Me and Daddy checked. The only thing on it are soft clothes bags.
And also a toilet.
So move it. It's literally a brand new, just bought, hasn't even come from in the house yet,
But
from
I
the store.
need your help because it's pouring
Sweetheart,
rain.
you are a lot more capable than you give yourself credit for. You can do it.
I need
I
your
know
help,
you can do
though.
it. You don't need my help.
I do.
I think this is real silver.
What? What?
This thing, I think this is...
Hey, can you open that and then I can...
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself.
But I
Okay,
need...
I'm coming! I was talking to myself when I said you're getting ahead of yourself. It's not even raining. I didn't think on my fucking slipper. God damn it! This is never supposed to go outside. For $900. It was very cheap, yes. Back up, buddy. Oh, you son of a bitch. You did it, didn't you? Hold up, just hold up. Come in and shut the door and I'll get it and pass for the dog. I got it. Oh, damn it, dog. Come on, Orly, let's go. Back up.
Back.
Elliot, stop. I don't need your help.
He was trying to go.
Don't be mean. Come on, Orly, let's go. He's stuck. Yes, there you go. Back up. There you go. Good boy. Go on. Go ahead. You came in this way. You can go out. Go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Go. Go.
Oh, come on, Money. Money wanted inside.
Come on.
I opened the door to help her and she ran.
Oh, it smells good in here.
Holy moly.
Good job.
Oh, I almost peed. Holy moly.
If you have to go pee-pee, go. Don't touch anything in there. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything.
Why?
Because that is all dirty.
There's a gold dollar bill.
Don't touch it. It's not real. It's the one we got from the thing, and I'm gonna clean it off and I'm gonna put it back. I'll put it away and you'll be able to see it once it's clean, but please don't touch it in the meantime. Take the backpack over to the, don't sit on the floor, please.
I'm setting it there so that I can bring the tablet over there and we can
Switch. Good job. Yeah, good idea. Okay.
so I don't have to carry one back, then one over, and then carry nothing back.
Thank you very much.
I remember when my dad said he put the controller, I think he said front pouch.
Right, well, this story is not particularly breaking. It's from about 5 days ago, but it's so egregious that I needed to come back around and pick it back up. If you've been following my Wendy Williams coverage, then you know that I am extremely suspicious of all of this. All of a sudden, for the first time in history, people, the mainstream media, is paying attention sympathetically to a high-profile celebrity.
Just put on
aka person
educational YouTube videos,
aka guardianship, because they are the same thing. I have been
I said I would
suspicious
consider
that
it.
Gina Lisa Monterosso is referred to
You still have
as
to
so
earn it.
many different things here and there and everywhere, including friend all the way to healthcare advocate. I've been suspicious of who these exclusive sources are that are telling the tabloid media what's going on in court instead of
It's literally
us
like
being able to
10
know
o'clock
what's
in the
going
morning
on
or
in
whatever,
court.
so
So
it's
you
still-
would know if you've watched my previous movie coverage that I have these suspicions. So just 5 days ago, we get an exclusive article from People magazine. I'm going to pull that up. And I have gotten to the point in this Wendy Williams conservatorship case that anytime I see exclusive source, I'm thinking it's either going to be Gina Lisa Monterosso or Alex Finney or maybe the lawyer. I mean, it's like, it's not really coming down to that many different people at this point, in my opinion. But again, how could we possibly know if it just says exclusive source? Maybe
No,
it'll
you
tell us who
didn't.
it
It's in a
is.
different
beyond
bag.
the title. Wendy Williams, the title says. Originally
Use the
asked
laptop as is. You don't need to
For a
set up the
guardianship.
gameplay right now.
I'm just
Wait a
saying, I
second.
just now noticed
This is
that.
It's there.
the first
It is
time
there.
in my life
In
in
this backpack.
3
Somewhere.
years.
No. It's in
I've
another
never
bag.
heard This 3 years this Wendy Williams guardianship has been going on. I've never heard Wendy Williams, quote, asked for a guardianship. Not to get too in the weeds, not to be too nitpicky, but words have meaning. Okay. And what this title does not say is originally consented. It does
How
not say
the
that she
hell
originally
did this happen?
agreed to a guardianship. It says asked. That indicates, because words have meaning, that she prompted it and initiated it, which is a false statement. False. Without going any farther. Without going any farther than the comma in the first clause, Wendy Williams originally asked for a guardianship is at the extreme least a misleading statement to the point of being false. I think it's a lie. I think it's an intentional lie, but I don't know. At the very least,
so then
it
I
is
can use the
egregiously
mouse
misleading.
too.
And I will show
I
you
know.
why I'm
Okay,
saying
but
that
just set the
based on
laptop up. You don't
public
need any of
evidence
those
in
things
just
in
a
order to
minute. Let's
operate
read
it.
through this article. Wendy Williams originally,
They make it
quote,
easier, but
asked
you don't
for,
need
not
them. You know what I'm
consented,
saying?
not agreed to, not got beat down until she finally agreed. Yeah. Asked for is what it says. Asked for is what I'm going to make sure they are held accountable for printing in this paper. Wendy Williams originally, quote, asked for a guardianship, but didn't think her whole life would be taken away. Exclusive source. A healthcare advocate tells people that Williams wanted the court to protect her financially. Now, she's protesting her guardianship with hashtag Free Wendy Movement. Some of y'all did send me the Free Wendy Movement protest, and if some of y'all did go to that, that's great, that's awesome. For me, it's giving plant protest, it's giving Free Britney America, it's giving, they ran Fiverr ads, and that's what it looked like to me. Not everybody, some people look like they probably were there because there was already like paid people there, but listen, I don't know. Only experience I have is 5 years in global socio-political human rights movements. That's all I have to go on, okay? So I don't know anything more than the next person, but I cannot endorse that protest because I don't know how the people are going to act who are there. I don't know who those people are. I don't know why they're there. I don't know what their intentions are. I don't. When I was going to Free Britney rallies, I personally had made contact and knew several of people there. Not the case for the Free Wendy rally. Okay, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Wendy Williams, healthcare advocate. Gina Lisa Monterosa. Okay, it used to be your friend. Now it's healthcare advocate. Now, I mean, this time next year, she might be conservative. I'm not going to be surprised. She
Yeah, Elliot, honey.
wanted to be in a guardianship.
Listen, I know what's wrong. In order to connect
That's
to
not
the
how it works.
Wi-Fi,
I don't know if Gina Lisa Monterosa
you
would
need to
around
connect to the
there.
Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna look at the evidence from the public. Wendy
Right.
Williams recently
Right,
amped
so
up her
I'm gonna
demands
help
to be
you.
free, to be free. To be
Don't get-
free
don't get
is what she
instantly,
wants from a restrictive
you know,
guardianship
in a
that she alleges controls
super
every aspect of her life.
crazy spot.
But her desires.
Just give me a second. Let me think. Hold on. Let me find the Wi-Fi password. So you'll just have to do that for now.
Where's the other backpack?
What other backpack?
I need that thing so that I can connect the controller to the plating.
Look in the front pouch of your backpack.
Well, I checked every single pouch and I didn't find it.
It would be in the green backpack.
Well, where's the green pack?
In your car?
Go get it.
No.
You're the closest person.
Elliot,
Don't you want
I'm literally trying so hard to do this thing that we need to. I can't until I have to go cook food over there. I woke up to text messages from Adam about this, about your desk being over there, okay? I got to do this right now. So you can read. I don't really care about you needing, like my tablet. You've got your laptop. You can figure out something to do on the laptop, or you can read, or you can play with Legos, or you can play with your car toys. You could do a number of things like that. You do not absolutely need technology. I, however, need my little radio. If I had another thing to listen to, a device that I could listen to, I would. But, I got my little routine.
And it wasn't always this way. False. This is a false statement.
All right.
This is why y'all might come over here and think I'm a
I need to
conspiracy
get
theorist
this
because I say
fucking
stuff
rug
like
out of
this.
here.
This news is fake.
so-
But this is a fake news article. This is false. It's not
I'm gonna
true.
take everything
It's
off of
it's
this,
false.
and then
It's
we'll
not
run
true.
First.
Her desire to end it wasn't always this way is a false statement. She's always wanted to end the guardianship. She's always wanted to. AKA guardianship. They're the same thing. 3 years ago, we allegedly agreed. Okay, this is a different verb than asked for. This is a different verb. Did you agree to take a pay cut, or did you ask for a pay cut? You see how that's a different thing? Going up to your boss and asking for a pay cut versus your boss comes in and says you're doing layoffs unless you take a pay cut. Do you see how it is a different verb? Maybe Gina Lisa Monterosa needs to go back to kindergarten and learn what the verbs mean. Because asking for something isn't the same freaking thing. Wanting something is also not the same thing, Gina Lisa. Make sure you get your freaking words right. But I think that Gina Lisa's saying the wrong words on purpose. I actually have moved, in my opinion. My opinion is not a fact, it's a statement of fact. In my opinion, Gina Lisa has her sights set on a target, and the target is somebody she's claiming is her friend Wendy Williams, because this is lies. This is not true. So I don't know if the lies got in here because Gina Lisa said them, although she is being attributed
Everything
with
is
the
fine,
lies,
yes.
or if the lies got in here because somebody else put them
Yes,
in. But
fine.
it is not adding up to me. These are false statements, provably, demonstrably false. It is almost as if these People magazine news are being the ones to set the narrative. And I'm going to show you why I'm
texted
saying that in
Adam.
just a moment.
I'm
Since
waiting
May
on a response.
2022, Wendy's been living under the guardianship, currently living in the memory care
Let me see
unit.
if I
Sabrina
have one.
Morrissey is the only person who currently has unfettered access to Wendy. However, Wendy's healthcare advocate, Gina Lisa Monterosa, exclusively tells people that Wendy initially, quote, wanted, which is
Told
different
you
than
I had
agreed.
one.
Okay, so we're getting different verbs. Is it wanted, is it agreed, or is it asked for? Because those are all three different things.
Who's the best mom in the world?
Monterosso, who is this woman? We don't know where she cropped up from. Literally, we don't. I'm just so sorry we don't.
Who's the
But
best
she
mom?
works in guardianships as her job. Okay, so anybody working in guardianships as their job, I'm suspicious. Exclusively tells people that Wendy initially wanted to be placed in the guardianship. No, she didn't. With the
Oh my
courts.
god,
No,
the
she
floor
didn't.
is so moldy
She
under
claims
here.
her client didn't know all her rights would be taken away, including having no access to the internet or cell phone. In early 2022, Wendy was the subject of public scrutiny when the court finally showed that Wells Fargo froze her accounts after her financial advisor at the time, Lori Schiller, alleged that she was of unsound mind. Now, I did skip this part, but I just real
You
quick
were
wanna
over
show
there
y'all.
fucking
This is why
crying
it's
almost.
very important.
Over
This is
something
very
that you didn't even
important
just, it was
what
right there.
words people use, okay?
Well,
Because at first
that's
it
because
was,
you just act
that's
like
my
you can't
friend.
do
She's
it
a
as
mutual
soon as
friend.
something
She
goes
calls herself
mildly
just a mutual
wrong,
friend of
instead of
Charlemagne,
just
and
trying to get it
now
done.
There's a client-advocate relationship. How
You just
on
gotta
earth,
do it.
if
You just
Wendy
gotta get
Williams
it
is not
done.
even
You just gotta
legally allowed
figure
to
it
enter
out.
into a contract? Did she hire somebody? Gina Lisa Monterosso, Williams's healthcare advocate, quote, exclusively tells people Wendy initially wanted to be placed in guardianship. She claims her, quote, client did not know all her rights would be taken. What do you mean a client? I thought that was her friend. Well, they were girlfriends kicking, but now it's a client? See how we're getting one step, every article we read, we're one step closer to Gina Lisa Monterosso being the guardian. You see that? Do you see it? Because I see it. Now, they do reference this letter, which I do have, about how Wendy did write to the court in 2022, 3 months before the guardianship started. She already wrote to the court and said, the bank is denying me to even look at my accounts. Give me a restraining order. I need to be able to look at my money. It's my money. The bank successfully petitioned the court to have Wendy put under a temporary financial guardianship. That turned into a full guardianship under the state laws of New York. And y'all already know, I'm gonna put the clip in right here. I already said it 3 years ago. I said, there's nothing temporary about what these people are trying to do. Y'all know what a temporary guardian means from the written case. It don't mean temporary. It means they intend for Wendy Williams to be in conservatorship for the rest of her life until the day that she takes her last breath. That's what it means. They try to couch it and fluff it up at the beginning, talking about temporary. Nothing is temporary about what they're trying to do. Take my word for it. Temporary bullshit. Court documents stated at the time that Wells Fargo had millions of Wendy's funds, millions of dollars of her funds in its possession. They thought that she was a victim of undue influence and all of that. Gina Lisa Monterosso now claims that Williams thought that because Wells Fargo flagged the account and it went through the courts, they would protect her financially. She wanted to make sure nobody's in her money and she would be fine. She kind of felt like, hey, I have the court. They're going to sign me a money person. Like this here, the fact that Gina Lisa Monterosso is the person who's being exclusively reported as the only inside source on any of this stuff, and she doesn't know the difference between sign and assign, is frightening to me. I'm frightened. I'm gonna be good. That her whole life was going to be taken away. Under the guardianship, she can no longer decide where to live, how to spend her money, or even have a bank account. She can't vote. This is sinister. This is freaking sinister. Think about all the people who are allowed to live in this country. And Wendy Williams can't vote. She can't get married, and she can't decide what doctors she wants to use. She can't decide the friends or the family that visits her. She has to get special permission, even sometimes from a judge, to travel. You have no rights. Somebody in prison has more rights than a person in a guardianship. Look at this, how interesting and cute. Exclusively from the future guardian. Exclusively from the future guardian.
You don't see him?
As far as
then I need you to go do this. Go get him in the front door of Adam's bus.
In the meantime, Gina Lisa Monterosso, the
you better go home, Rocket.
Obvious future.
Adam, are you outside?
Says that Wendy really doesn't.
Okay, he's outside, Elliot.
She didn't want to be any kind of burden to them. Wendy feels as if she has a voice and change to get.
I know, you did a good job.
So she doesn't
you did a
have
good job.
to try
You
to
did a
get
good
an
job.
alternate plan. And that I will agree with Gina Lisa Monterosso. There does not need to be a guardianship, period. I do not want to see anybody trying to become an interim guardian. No. Petition to end it, or else I'm going to be talking about it as if y'all are trying to keep her in it. She's able to get a lawyer. Everyone's looking at the case. There's movement. People are listening to her now, so she's confident that she's going to continue to fight. She begged to get out
making
of
a
the
different
guardianship
table.
in January. I am not cognitively impaired. I feel like I am in
I know,
prison.
I'm
in
just
this
gonna-
place with
I was
people
gonna
who are
keep
in their
this, but
90s,
then I
their
decided
80s,
not to.
70s. These people, there's something wrong with these people here on the floor. That wasn't the only article that
Because I can't fucking
saying
stand
something
it.
like
If
that.
all our
Okay.
stuff
I'm just gonna read through some of the other article titles. I don't know if I'll actually edit these in here, but I have them typed down my notes right here. New York Post. Wendy Williams initially thought guardianship was for finances. not loss of control from a source. This was this month, April 1st. We're on April 1st. Same day. Vibe magazine. Wendy Williams sought guardianship. Look at that verb. Sought. Not agreed to, but didn't think her whole life would be taken away. That was Vibe. Entertainment Weekly. Quote, Wendy Williams asked for guardianship, but didn't think her entire life would be taken away. Ryan Coleman in Entertainment Weekly. And I'm afraid to tell you that what I've been fearing this whole time has finally started. They're trying to rewrite history. Also, real quick, I want to give a shout out to Down Rabbit Hole News, who did already cover this story. Shout out to her, and she has the cutest new theme song, so shout out to her.
Oh, yo! Yay, Heather, good job.
But she was also mentioning, like, what is a healthcare advocate? Because Rabbit has a master's degree in, oh, excuse me, Rob, I'll get your exact credentials wrong, but it's in, like, social work. She has a master's degree. She used to work with clients before she had her baby. Now she's doing the YouTube thing like me, and now we have the same job. She has a background in mental health. Master's degree. Okay, there's only like 2 classes at the community college. She got a master's degree. Even if you have 2 classes at the community college, you might got more than me. But she also pointed out how strange it was that Gina Lisa Monterosso went from friend to now healthcare advocate because words have meaning. I'll link her video in the description below. But while I was watching Rabbit's video, while I was looking at all these article titles, it was just astonishing to me and frankly unbelievable that Wendy ever asked for a guardianship. Now, would it be believable to me that Wendy agreed or conceded or consented to a guardianship after it already had been basically shoved down her throat, and she was told it was going to be temporary, and then she would be able to get out of it after they figured out what was going on with her finances? Maybe they could do an audit or something. Yeah, I believe that could have happened. Could have. But I do not ever think that Wendy Williams ever, and there's no evidence in the public record other than Gina Lisa Monterosso, who in my opinion has a massive conflict of interest for her own career and her own professional profile, to be raised by becoming Wendy Williams' healthcare advocate and becoming Wendy Williams' potential future guardian. It's the only evidence we have at all whatsoever, period, that Wendy ever put.
Elliot, don't watch that video then.
And it seems like Gina Lisa Monterosso has a hard time thinking which words she wants to use, considering she doesn't say assign, but she says sign. I don't know if Gina Lisa Monterosso has a very strong grasp on English language. I don't know if she really cares.
They can't hear you,
About
baby,
how
at all. My
important words
TV's
are.
really
Clearly on
loud.
this channel, we really care. So I want to see
On
proof,
purpose,
other
so that
than
you
from
can
the
do things that I
self-serving,
can't get in trouble for.
conflicted statements being attributed to Gina Lisa Monterosso, who Wendy Williams is a client, quote, client of, client, not friend, client. I want to see proof Wendy Williams actually affirmatively, quote, asked for this guardianship, as opposed to just agreed to it temporarily until they figured out money. Because that's different stuff. Asked for a guardianship, sought a guardianship, asked for a guardianship, it didn't think her entire life to be taken away. So let's just pause right there. Because I've been talking about this since before the media would even make a piece about it. Before a documentary, before any of that crap, I have been talking about it before the media spin ever started. Years, plural years, like at least 3. The first video I made on this was February 10th, 2022. Titled Wells Fargo Files for Conservatorship of Wendy Williams, and it's guardianship, same thing. A week later, February 17th, 2022, Wendy Williams court documents all sealed overnight. Now at that time, all of the documents were sealed. New updates except for tabloids, and hope that they're telling the truth. Thank God that I made those videos though, when I did, and I do have a playlist and you can go watch them. But if I had not made those videos, all these exclusive headlines literally attributed to Gina Lisa Monterosso, who I never heard this woman's name since till about 2 months ago, a month ago. Wendy Williams did not ask for or seek this guardianship, and there are public records to prove it. It really is casting doubt on everything that this woman, Gina Lisa Monterosso, has ever said. Because either
Can you close it, please?
or she is so
Elliot, stop acting like you don't know how to do anything.
as to make
It's
you
really
wonder
getting
whether or not
ridiculous.
She needs to have her affairs looked at by
You can
someone
close the
else.
window.
Well, maybe she got to need a
Figure it
conservatorship
out.
jail, because Wendy Williams not
I can't get over there without a fucking
absolute
absolute nightmare.
a temporary restraining order. A restraining order against her own bank, who's trying to take her right to vote. A bank can take away your right to vote, y'all. Did you know?
These are too
Welcome
hard.
to
The
America.
springs are too
But you know
hot.
what else I know?
You have to push it
Select
hard,
magazine
and then
is
slam it up.
Danielle Batcher. She seems to get all the exclusives,
I literally
especially
can't get over
from
there.
this healthcare
I
advocate,
can't get over there.
Like, look at this example right
Gotta
here.
figure
Wendy
it out.
was excited that
God
a
damn it,
trial
Elliot!
jury soon decide her fate.
You gotta just
Look, this
figure
is
it the
something
fuck
she's been
out.
wanting to say. She just can't wait to get her story out. Or what about this one right here? Wendy Williams has forgiven her son for allegedly mishandling her money.
You've got to
They were
figure shit
able to
out.
get
You
through
can't
that.
just sit and
Exclusive
cry about how you
Danielle
can't do
Batch.
something.
And then of course, there's this one.
You're
that
almost
started
10
this
years
whole thing.
old.
Wendy Williams
ridiculous.
originally, quote, asked for a guardianship, but didn't think her
Okay,
whole
well,
life
he'll
would be
dry
taken
out.
away. Exclusive source.
If you
Now,
closed
what
the
you
window
supposed
instead
to
of
find
looked
out?
at it and
Sabrina
told your mom
Morrissey,
about it,
the current guardian,
it would have been
the
fixed.
future prospective one, the current guardian, is also giving exclusive statements to this same journalist. Now, Wendy Williams' guardian claims she has declined medical testing amid fight to end guardianship. Exclusive. Danielle Basher. So that must really be a special journalist, huh, Miss Danielle? She's getting all those exclusives. Now, I do want to be clear. I just want to remind y'all that I did. I mean, I say it in every video. I hope I sincerely pray that I'm wrong about my suspicions. I hope that Wendy Williams is going to be free from this guardianship, and I am hoping that nobody else is going to be subject to this. I'm hoping that Gina Lisa Monterosso is doing what she claims to be doing, which is trying to help get Wendy free. I hope so. I really do. But in my opinion, a lot of these media campaigns and a lot of these headlines, they really are not in Wendy's best interest. They're not helping her at all. If anything, it just kind of makes it look more and more and more like Wendy's family is exploiting her, has exploited her. There's an exclusive source who's saying Wendy's family doesn't want anything to do with it so that somebody else can come through and pluck up Wendy's rights. Her right to vote. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just telling y'all, I read it from the People magazine article with y'all. It's public. Now, I did make a video how they got Wendy into guardianship, the setup. For now, I just want to watch some clips from that video and revisit what Wendy and her lawyer actually said before the court sealed everything. But yes, they are still public documents because they were available to the public and I got them publicly. So first we're going to read Wells Fargo's lawyer's letter and we're going to get their side of it. What I'm about to pull up is actually a letter from the bank. This video is 3 years old. April 2022. Thanks, attorneys. Okay? The court. Here y'all go. Wells Fargo has filed a petition in the guardianship part. Appointment of a guardian of the property of the petitioner. That's Wendy. Here. Does that say Wendy Williams sought? Does that say Wendy Williams agreed? Does it say she asked for it? No. It's a letter from Wells Fargo to the judge saying, Wells Fargo has filed a petition in the guardianship for the appointment of a guardian. Not Wendy. Not Wendy. Under Article 81 of the Mental Hygiene Law. This is the craziest part. Just wait till what Wendy's lawyer says back. Like to do so under seal or in another manner that will preserve the confidential nature. So then they seal it to keep it a secret from all of us. Of a guardianship proceeding. AKA, we don't want that surprise witness and the rest of the gang to get a hold of the guardianship petition because we might have done some messed up stuff in it. Fargo has strong reason to believe that Wendy is the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. By who? You? Fargo. So she's the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. How or why would her seeking of a guardianship or any legal arrangement be valid? They're arguing on both sides of their mouth, Wells Fargo, at that time. Lying not only on the reports of Laurie Schiller, who apparently is not a doctor, so I don't know what the hell she has to do with this, who has recently witnessed telltale signs of exploitation, including the petitioner's own expressed apprehensions, but also upon other independent third parties who know the petitioner well and share his concerns. So they all got together and gossiped about Wendy Williams and then froze her bank account. That's what isn't that cute? They got together, shared their concerns, my opinion, plotted, schemed. Because what did Wendy say? There were millions of dollars. I can give you millions of reasons why they might have the incentive to do that. Telling us, they're admitting it to you. Just wait till you hear what Wendy's lawyer says about this guardianship. Chris said, we respectfully suggest to preserve the confidential interests of the alleged incapacitated person. They're calling Wendy an alleged incapacitated person already. There has been no determination made. Fargo is merely a stakeholder in this proceeding. Yeah, right. Merely a stakeholder. Wells Fargo's the one who's alleging she's incapacitated. Because as a background, at this time, Wendy was trying to get her money out of Wells Fargo. She was trying to take all her money to another bank. Because she did not trust these people, Laurie Schiller. And as it turns out, Wendy had a good reason not to. Because she's lost her right to freaking vote. I don't care how much somebody's money is being used. It's just impossible that means it's okay to take away their right to vote. How are you take away somebody's right to vote? For what? Having dementia? Girl. Okay, I'm merely a stakeholder. That's cute. So now I'm going to show you what her lawyer said back. It's going to be Wendy Williams' lawyer's response to what we just read, to that other lawyer's letter. But this is the thing that is going to make y'all so mad. This is what's going to freak y'all out to the extreme fullest. I have reviewed opposing lawyers, right, Wells Fargo's lawyer's letter dated February 9th, 2022, referencing a guardianship proceeding concerning Wendy. We have not been notified of any such proceeding, and we have no knowledge of it. Fargo, behind Wendy's back, Wells Fargo filed for a guardianship without Wendy's knowledge. That does not sound to me like somebody that sought the guardianship, does it? So why is it that Gina Lisa Monterosso is being cited in Vibe magazine as seeking? Originally, Wendy Williams sought the guardianship. Why? It's not true. It's false. Find Wendy's lawyers back and file for a guardian. Wendy's own lawyers said specifically, Wells Fargo filed for this thing without even giving notice. Then wrote a letter to the court like, oh, we filed for a guardianship. Now you have Wendy's lawyer saying, we don't know shit about that filing. A guardianship. Wendy denies that she's the victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. I don't know who this Lori Short person is, but shut up. Wells Fargo does it sound like she still at this point is seeking a guardianship? No. It sounds like she's seeking relief from Wells Fargo for taking over her, not only finances, her rights. I will remind you.
Wells Fargo put a woman in a conservatorship, like Britney Spears was.
That its suspicions are genuine. Their decision to deny Wendy access to her
No, she didn't. She said Wells Fargo.
Or her lawyer, any explanation or evidence to support his decision, and their decision to wait until Wendy had to file a court filing gives us reason to question whether or not they really are suspicious and genuine, or if they're maybe trying to pull some scandal behind the scenes. Almost like they didn't want Wendy Williams to take her money out of their bank.
Nope.
Racket.
Why not?
It's a racket. So, Wells Fargo's lawyer states that his client's actions are for the protection of Wendy Williams' financial assets and her confidentiality.
I almost forgot your
Millions
sticker.
of dollars had to have come out of that estate.
The I love you mom sticker.
Millions. All those lawsuits Sabrina Morrissey is using Wendy Williams' money to file, although she claims she's not using Wendy's money. But
wait,
Wells Fargo's delayed
what?
resolving this
Speak
matter,
quick.
and their denial to allow her to pay her debts or even access
Oh, it's already put away.
is in fact harming and not protecting her. And what the fact that they're not even letting her pay her bills, she's accumulating debts. They're saying that's to protect her, letting her accounts
Is
go
this like
into
solid
collection.
wood or is
So
this
flabbergasted and
pressboard?
so astounded at is that Wendy's
I'm gonna
lawyer
keep this
didn't even
and
know
use it.
about these guardianship proceedings. Does that sound like somebody that asked for? Sought. His lawyer doesn't even know. I went to look up the guardianship proceedings, and guess what, y'all? The only way that you can access guardianship filings and records is to make an in-person appointment and go to New York. After making an in-person appointment and you pay for fine. Now it's sealed. You can't go do that no more.
What was that?
They're not
This
available
wood.
online.
I forgot that I need to move
This
everything.
is not transparency or
For a second.
government.
I
This
was
is not
about to put it
transparency.
away.
This is not Hitler 2021. Wells Fargo gets into trouble yet again over alleged fraud. I mean, listen, Wells Fargo seems like they got a lot bigger problems to be worried about than trying to put
Don't
famous
throw
black
those
women.
doors out.
I'm not Elliot.
And yet, in 2021, we have a bank and financial institution that this lady just happened to have money with, filing to put a woman into a conservatorship. So, Spark has filed a petition. What on God's green earth is a freaking financial institution filing for a conservatorship or a guardianship to be put over someone? Now, there's a lot still wondering, chit-chat going about the Twitter about, oh, it's a guardianship, it's not a conservatorship. Y'all, it is the same thing. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but conservatorships and guardianships are the same thing. Guardianship and conservatorship are the same thing. It is a reassignment of certain of your allegedly inalienable rights to somebody else. Okay? So look, this is not even the worst part. I mean, the whole thing is the worst part. But it gets worse. A letter, yet another letter, from Wells Fargo's attorneys sent yesterday to the court. Concerned about Williams' situation. Well, I'm concerned about her situation too. You got a friggin' bank trying to put a conservatorship on a human. What on earth? I'm concerned about her situation too. Concerned. We're concerned. This man has concerns about you. He's concerned that the guardianship court will imminently appoint a temporary guardian. And y'all know what a temporary guardian means from the Britney case. It don't mean temporary. It means they intend for Wendy Williams to be in conservatorship for the rest of her life until the This was 3 years ago.
God dang it.
She thought it was, now it's all in the headlines, now it's all in the People magazine. No, she didn't.
Electrical cord got
She thought it was
stepped on and
temporary.
yoinked,
Well,
so it's bent.
if she would have watched my video, she would have knew. She takes a lot of correct. That's
Bent.
what it means. They try to couch it at the beginning, talking about temporary. Nothing is temporary about what they're trying to do. Take my word for it, or temporary bullshit. Our hope that the court will take away Wendy Williams' rights, even though we didn't give her notice that we were filing that, even though we didn't tell her attorney that we were filing that. It is our hope to take away and steal her rights and property. That's what it said. He likes to use different words for that, but what do we know that it means? Imminently appoint.
Whoa, what is wrong with this
A temporary guardian or evaluator to review the situation and ensure that the petitioner's affairs are being all the while this was going on. Wendy Williams was not notified. She wasn't even notified. Wells Fargo filed for a guardianship literally behind Wendy Williams' back. And what was Wendy Williams? Just let's recap real quick. What was Wendy Williams to Wells Fargo? A client. What was Wendy Williams to Wells Fargo? A client. Clients have certain expectations. People who have clients have duties to those clients. I am concerned, I remain concerned 3 years later about the fact that not only was Wendy Williams railroaded, obviously publicly railroaded into a guardianship, aka conservatorship, because they are the same thing, not only was she kept in it for so long, not only did a bank put her in it, a bank, but now we have this friend turned healthcare advocate saying demonstrably, provably false, untrue, at the very, very best, extraordinarily misleading statements to the media. Wendy Williams did not ask for, she did not seek, and she did not even accept the guardianship. What the public record clearly shows and clearly demonstrates is that from the moment Wendy Williams found out that Wells Fargo was trying to put her into a conservatorship, she has fought. She has objected. She has
Hey, come here.
opposed. From the
Quick.
moment she found
I need you to
there
come
is
here
not
now
a
and look
shred
at this
of
really quickly.
evidence to
Careful,
support
the stool's not there.
preposterous proposition that Wendy Williams
I'm just
ever
reminding you, just in case
even
you
so
get a flop.
much as agreed to a conservatorship, aka guardianship, much less evidence that she, quote, sought
Don't
or
worry about
asked
it. He's
for
not
it.
doing it on the bed.
Wendy knew from
Okay,
the very
get on the
first
bed.
Right over here.
moment
I need you to come over
she
here.
knew about this guardianship.
I need you
that
to
it was
tuck
for
that
far
rug under
more
this,
than just
that
controlling
bubble
her
that's
finances.
catching
And
me.
in fact, and indeed, she never even agreed
This-
to that.
Yep, get it under
Not
there.
in the public record. Now, of course, because
Good
Gina
job.
Monteroso has a client relationship with Wendy, maybe she has evidence
Oh, yeah,
that we
could you
don't
have me
have. Maybe
spell
she has
law?
information that we don't have. And
L-O-N-G.
this creates a problem
Long.
because we, the people, should
Long.
be able to see those previously public court documents as well as the ones that are being filed now, because that is how it is supposed
It's like
to
such
work.
an
I do
easy
not
word,
consent
buddy.
to
You can
allowing these
sound it
people
out.
to come and rewrite history, to come and change history, change the
Damn,
truth,
dude, this
and
fucking
impose
window's
upon
been leaking
it
bad, dude.
delusions, falsehoods. I don't consent. Hashtag it when you talk.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. When I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Rory Schiller had my response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers
on.
with regard
Ugh, I
to my
can't get it.
money. This is
Unavailable
Okay.
to connect to the mod repository, and I
and
need to.
Wells
Okay,
Fargo
Don't, you can't be in the house all frustrated like that.
I'm only upset.
guardianship
Okay, come on. I need help.
petition
I wish it would stop
About
freaking sprinkling and
keeping
Sunny
me
and
away
sprinkling.
from my
And I
money.
wish I could actually
This is not
access
right.
the mod repository.
you can't, you don't have the internet.
This is not
I know,
fair.
that's
And
why I'm
Rory
upset.
Schiller and
But you're
Wells
just gonna have to
Fargo
deal.
have this
You're not gonna have internet
guardianship
until he can get it
petition
connected
about keeping
somehow.
me away from my money.
It's
This is
secured,
not
it's
fair.
a secured
This is not
network.
fair.
Look at
And
this
guy
fucking-
named Bernie Young,
Yeah.
Alright,
I
so,
know for a fact
I need to lift this up,
that Bernie Young
and I need you to get the rug from
my
underneath it now.
American Express card
What?
to hire
You got. I need to
Okay.
get it
On
from.
a
I'm gonna lift up, and you're gonna get the rug
to
out of there.
file
No,
a
out.
petition
Completely out.
against me.
Yay.
That was
Just a
done
minute ago, wanted me to get it.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god.
no good. This is not fair
Oh my god.
at all.
Oh my god. Elliot. Oh my
There's this
god.
person,
Alright, here, go ahead.
this
What's wrong?
That's mold, mildew.
this a former doctor, okay, okay?
It's
had
really bad.
medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I hadn't gotten this stuff. I fired the doctor. And again, all I want to know is where is my money? This is not right.
Oh my God.
And certainly,
Oh my God.
this is not fair.
What?
This is not fair. You know? Wells Fargo has used all this stuff to create the guardianship over me. This is not right. And certainly this is not fair. The New York court system is, without evidence, they're being weird to me, this court system. Without evidence, they took all this information and continued with what's going on with me based on
That fucking rug was hiding all this.
this is not fair. This is not fair. You know?
Yay, it's working. It's killing it.
And the
You
New
literally
York
just
court
put that rug down too.
No, I didn't. That rug's been down since I bought it.
is treating me
And when did
like
you buy it?
they did
2 years ago.
Do you remember Kung Fu Judge case? Do you remember that Kung Fu Judge case? That's not right. And that is not fair.
I just started drifting.
Bernie Young,
Dude, all this rug
Wells
shit's gonna
Fargo.
come up. Fuck.
please let me have
Another
access to my money.
PLP
This is not
50
right.
220
This is not fair.
horsepower.
Have a pleasant day.
How?
That's all we have for this one. We have facts and defamation. There are opinions. Maybe there's speculation, but we need to get behind.
This is a document you produced us.
Yes.
This summary, is this something we prepared?
No, it's a summary.
Okay. And so you discovered that and verified its accuracy through these credit card receipts, etc.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Do either of them deny these trips occurred?
No, not at all.
Right. And so is this the impropriety, the financial impropriety of getting financial benefit from the job that he's paying for her way on these trips with money
Yes.
that she's paying him and approving?
This is the what I would call undisputed. You know, the some of the other stuff on his credit cards, it looks like there's trips to Charlotte and Florida and other things like that. But this is what we could undisputed say was with Miss Willis.
Okay, so we're back with some more receipts from the Fanny Willis Nathan Lee debacle. I want to let everybody know what we're talking about here. Fanny Willis is under a motion to disqualify her in Georgia, presented by attorney Ashley Merchant, who's representing one of the defendants in the Trump case. That's all you really need to know. But anyway, at the beginning, Fanny Willis said that, all these allegations about her having a sexual relationship with one of her special prosecutors was a lie, it was wrong, and it was essentially racism. Then some receipts got dropped. Those receipts were in the form of credit card receipts showing that the special prosecutor was paying for her to go on all these trips and stuff. Remember, at first they kind of denied it. So then they said there was a relationship. So now we get to see what receipts were actually available. Where'd they go? How much money was actually spent? That type of thing. Because during the hearing, they talked about the trips, but they really didn't go into granular detail about what happened. So now we actually get to see the messages about how she found out and the receipts. So let's see how much money we're talking about. Now, it's important to understand, in the state of Georgia, especially in Fulton County, if you get gifts over $100 as a public official, you have to report it. None of this stuff was reported. So remember, that's only $100, and it's not $100 on one occurrence. It's an aggregate. So let's say we go out to dinner, I pay for dinner at $50. Then 2 days later, we go out for dinner again, it's $100. That's $150 in total. I didn't have to
the house
report
is
for all
tilted
of
a
this.
lot, dude.
That's the way it works in Georgia. And Fannie Willis
Like
reported
getting-
none of this. So let's look at the hearing and see what happens.
Okay, so that's where basically Miss Willis and Mr. Wade would meet
Yes.
for their relationship.
Yes, yes. But Mr. Bradley told me at that first meeting that they would meet at hotels. He told me about a lot of travel. I mean, he detailed, he detailed a lot of stuff. He said that they traveled to Texas, they traveled to
Elliot!
Florida.
Stop it with the game
Just,
stuff,
a lot
dude.
of
You're gonna
different
have to
travel.
turn
He
that
said
shit
Belize.
off.
He specifically said Belize, a cruise, the Bahamas, you know, things like that.
The point of that is
Now,
to be
just so everybody
peaceful.
understands too, Terrence
Be
Bradley
peaceful.
is Nathan Wade's
So I
divorce
need you
attorney
to
who's
chill
representing
out.
in the divorce, who says he got this information from his client, Nathan Wade. And he's telling this attorney, Ashley Merchant, all this stuff. So that's who Terrence Bradley is. Terrence Bradley is the person who told Ashley Merchant about all this information and allowed her to start digging.
Able to verify that through other subpoenas or open records requests or whatever.
Yes, I was. I was able to, I subpoenaed bank records, I subpoenaed credit card records, and then I actually subpoenaed the travel agencies that Mr. Wade used for some of those trips. He used 2 of the cruises that they took, he used a travel agency. So there was a cruise to the Bahamas, I got through a travel agency. There was a trip to Aruba that I got through the travel agency. And then there was another cruise, I think that one's to the Bahamas also, that I got through a different travel agency. And then his credit cards are the ones that showed all the Belize trips.
And they showed that he was buying the tickets for both himself and Miss Willis.
Oh yes, the credit card statements. So because I guess he used a travel agency, his credit card statements actually had her name and seat number and all that on it.
Okay.
So I mean, there was no.
So that's pretty much the ball game. And he paid for them. Now that's a big issue because don't forget, if Wade is paying for this stuff, that essentially is a kickback to Fanny Willis. See, the argument here from the defense is Fanny Willis hires her boyfriend to become special counsel. She says, hey, I'm going to pay you all this money and you prosecute these guys. Now, he starts prosecuting them, and for the job, he gives her a kickback of that money. Now, it's not in the form of cash, but in the form of these elaborate gifts. Gifts, you know, let's go to Belize, let's go to this, let's go to this. Because don't forget, all benefits don't have to just be in cash. They could be in these vacations. So that's the argument for the defense counsel, is that Fanny Willis is essentially getting a legal kickback in the form of elaborate gifts. And a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's because, obviously, she'd be hooked up by her boyfriend. She hooked him up, now he's hooking her up.
We're disputing.
It's clear it was paid for by him on his credit cards.
Yes. Oh yes.
Is this the document you gave us from the Capital One there?
It is, yes, and there you can see, so Claire Bowman is Mr. Wade's mom. So this trip, this was the cruise that happened October 31st, around that date. Mr. Wade paid for Miss Willis, Mr. Wade, and then his mother's plane tickets, and then also their cruise receipt. I think that.
She got his whole credit card. Yo, number one, I might not be using Capital One again because they're just giving my information to any subpoena. I was trying to fight that subpoena like tooth and nail. I've been a DA. There are companies that fight. I know Chase fights. I know Time Warner, but I'm not sure you how long ago, but Time Warner we used to fight. Like there's some companies that fight tooth and nail. Apple's one of those companies. So Capital One, you might have lost any. I will not be a customer at Capital One. They sent this stuff out.
That one was Royal Caribbean.
Okay. So your summary here showing the trips, we know that in late October they took a cruise to the Bahamas, and this is from his financial records. He paid for this for both tickets.
Yes, this is from his financial records, and then.
All right, so this is from his financial records. So you got this trip in October, Royal Caribbean's to cruise, $3,300. You have this one to Aruba, $4,400. This one December 3rd. So look, every month, October, November, December. Matter of fact, this is almost back to back, right? October 31st, they're go to the Bahamas, then they go to Aruba. So I think this is kind of, you can count this all as one trip. And then you have December 30th, you're going to the Bahamas again. That's the next month. Then the next year, they go to Belize, and then they go to Napa Valley. They were having a nice little relationship. What is this? 3, 7, 10, 12, 14, plus all this change. You're talking about $15,000, $16,000, right? 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, plus another 4, and all this, I'll say maybe 5, so maybe $16,000. Wow. So is that 15? And this is, I'm assuming this is just the trips. So $15,000 we know in benefits she got. Now, if you're making $150,000 a year, that's 10% of your salary.
And I tried to be, you know, there were a lot of
Like
things
that,
like that. I did not include things like that I wasn't positive. I wanted to be under-inclusive, not over-inclusive.
And then you show the trip to Aruba, another one to Bahamas, one to Belize, one to Napa Valley, California.
Yes.
These are all from October 22 up till May of 23.
Yes.
Okay. This is a document you produced to us?
Yes.
The summary, is this something we prepared?
No, it's a summary.
Okay. And so you discovered that and verified its accuracy through these credit cards?
But this is undisputed.
Yes.
Do either of them deny these trips occurred?
No, not at all.
So is this the impropriety, the financial impropriety of getting financial benefit from the job that he's paying for her way on these trips with money
Yes.
that she's paying him and approving?
This is the what I would call undisputed. You know, the some of the other stuff on his credit cards, it looks like there's trips to Charlotte and Florida and other things like that. But this is what we could undisputed say was ridiculous.
So there may be even more. This is the light version of it.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Back to your,
And
you're a good investigative reporter here, so you have heard these rumors, and now Mr. Bradley, just by almost happenstance, you're with him in court,
Yes.
and he spills the beans on it and verifies it. Then you go get the documents to prove it's accurate,
Yes.
and you identify year to get him to say, yeah, that's the woman whose condominium they would go to.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know, I developed it. You joke about my investigative skills. I've done public defense most of my career. You know, at some point or another, or pro bono. It's hard to get money for investigators, so I've learned how to do a lot of it on my own.
But I do want to say one thing. This is really Bradley. Like, she went and got stuff through open records requests, what generally you would do as an investigator. But it's so much easier when you have somebody telling you exactly where to go. Oh, look for this person. Look for her girlfriend, Robin. She worked in the office. You go, okay, Jamie Robin. Like,
really
Terrence
bad.
Bradley literally is feeding her the information, telling her where to go, and she's just going up, oh, here it is. Here's exactly what he said. So I think the person who's questioning her was really underplaying Terrence Bradley's involvement.
And you know, I dig a lot on things. So, and I do like to use the Open Records Act. So I was able to do that and get a lot of information. But what I did was I compiled all of the information Mr. Bradley gave me, and then I did various open records requests based on it. And then, you know, once I would get something, I would reach out to him to verify, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't tracking anything that was wrong. You know, I didn't want to make any allegations that didn't have support. So I would regularly verify with him, and I'd see him in court. We talked on the phone several times. I wasn't the only person that he told about this. There was another attorney on the case, Manny Aurora, who his client ultimately pled out, so he didn't continue this investigation, but he was involved in the investigation early on. And Mr. Bradley told him some of the same things that he told me. So, you know, I was able to independently verify a lot of things, which to me, investigating is
She said Bradley told other people. Now, that would have been important, though, because luckily this government can testify, right? Like, Bradley didn't just tell me this. He told this, you had that guy up. And, you know, not for the truth of the matter, but to impeach Bradley. Bradley's been telling people this. So I'm surprised they didn't have that guy at the hearing. But you know, now we know. It seems like Bradley was telling everybody this.
important. You know, that the East Point location, that it was in Hapeville. You know, Robin Yeardy actually did quit. You know, Mr. Bradley had told
Was
me
she
about...
forced to quit, or what? How'd that come?
No, I don't believe she was forced to quit. That was a point of contention in our hearing. She said she left, that she was sent to another division. It's my understanding she had some, she was outspoken about she didn't like some of the things that was happening in that office, and when she voiced that, she was sent to a different department to work, and it wasn't something that she wanted to do, because she did the communications, and so she quit after that.
So we got a lot of cash. We got 11 grand, right? It's like 11, I'm sorry, we're not 15 grand that we're talking about. That's a lot. That's a lot, people. That's a lot. So now, she's kind of laid it out. You know, this is kind of how we figured out. This is what happened. This is how much money we're talking about. And, you know, obviously them lying about it. So now I want to go to the Democrat. Because now, you know, there's Republicans on this committee, but there's also Democrats. So here is the Democrat on the committee. And he's going to try to discredit the receipts, so the vacation receipts. So let's see what he's got to say.
On the trips, how much total were the trips?
About $20,000.
And I think about 17,059. But even if we say 20,000, what was the average cost of each one of those trips?
So 17,059, almost 20 grand. So I was even wrong with between 15, 60, 17,000. So we now have a number. 17 grand is what DA will say, and that's the bare minimum amount. That doesn't count Ubers, hotels, none of that stuff. None of that stuff. That's it.
You know, unfortunately, they did not provide all of the records, so I can't tell you exactly. All I can tell you is what Mr. Wade charged on his credit cards. I can't tell you most of it was paid in cash, so there's no record. So I wish I could tell you, but
Going by your slide, it was one was 3,335, one was 4,453.
Which one? Hold on, I want to make sure I'm clear on each.
You had 6 trips.
Okay, but which trip are you talking? Well, you said one is 3,000 something. I want to make sure I'm clear.
Yeah, put it back up for me, please. There we go.
Okay.
So the first one, we did 3,335, and then 4,453.
6 trips.
And then we see the next one, and then the next 2.
Okay, so those are the trips.
How did that compare? I mean, what is that so unusual for on price points as far as trips are concerned?
No, I mean, I don't think so. The Royal Caribbean, so I can tell you because I know these records really well. I mean, Royal Caribbean, I specifically kept out the money that he spent on his mom's cabinet. So
Well, hold on. So, because I spend what the average American spends on trips, she went on like 6 trips in like a 3-month period. Let me go. I'm just gonna go back to the chart again. I want to go back to that chart. So here's the chart again of the trips. Now, if we look at the trips, number one, like the first 2, the October 28 one, 2022, and the November, that seems like one trip. So that's like almost a $8,000 trip because it's a cruise. I'm assuming it's a cruise to the Bahamas and they went to Aruba. So it's a one continuous trip, and that's the price for both the cruise and the Aruba. Then you have
Keep it peaceful.
the next month. You're on
my
a
way.
cruise
You haven't
again
smelled
to the
food.
Bahamas, and then in March. So you're talking about 6 trips. Six trips, or
Chips
actually,
there
looks
if you
like
get off
maybe
the
5
bed.
trips. And
I know.
3 months.
I'll make some,
She's almost taking a
but
trip a month. So
I
don't
can't do
understand
anything
what's
until I
that.
get this done.
He's like, yeah, these people taking.
And
a
I
lot
got a
of
bad
trips.
detour
And the
with this
argument
moldy
is
floor.
that they
This
pay
floor is black
the
with
average
mold
cost
or
of
mildew, and I can't leave it
vacation.
like that.
So what? It's still $17,000. Yeah, just imagine my boss paid for all my luxury vacations. Yeah, give me the regular balcony, the average price. That's still a benefit. So I don't know. Maybe he's trying to make it seem like this is nothing. But let's hear him out.
His point.
well, I mean, Royal Caribbean, I specifically kept out the money that he spent on his mom's cabinet. So they had 2 cabins. His mom had a cabin. They had an oceanfront balcony. For the Bahamas, I think oceanfront balcony is probably upper middle, but I don't know that it matters. Flew comfort class, but not unnormal for a lawyer. I mean,
You know what maybe the average American spends on vacation?
not this much.
You don't think?
No.
Have you looked?
No, I haven't, but I would imagine most of the Fulton County taxpayers would love to go on any of these trips.
Well, you know, since you speculate, I could speculate and say that you did look it, and that's why you didn't put it in your brief.
I
Because Forbes actually says that the average is about $3,700 that a person spends on a vacation.
For a single person or a
For a
family?
family of 4. But at that time, they were taking 2 and 3.
Really, you talking about a family of 4, 3,700? These are only 2 people. They're spending more than on some of these vacations. But
Found a hood to a car
family
for a
of
Lego.
4. But what does that even matter? I don't know. Let me look that up. So here's what I think he's talking.
I got all of our rocks, as many as I
It says
could
here
from the yard as
average
well.
person,
Look,
3 days.
I got this big ass pile
So
of
some of
rocks.
these vacations are even more than 3 days, 7 days.
That's full of little
So-
rocks
so
too,
we're
and then I
talking
got all
for-
these
for
big
every
ones.
3 days, you're talking about $1,400 $3,600 for a 3-day vacation. We're
There's
talking
like
about,
way
and then
more
we're
than
talking about
this.
the types of vacation. Because this isn't a cruise.
I got the big
This is
crystal that
3
I pulled
nights
out
at
of
a
the
mid-range
mountain.
hotel with a car rental and 3 days of restaurant.
I got the petrified wood, which
So
is
we're
one
not
of the
talking
most
about
important
theme
ones.
parks and any of that stuff. So, if you have kids,
Oh no, this one's
you
from
have
our
to do
yard.
stuff.
This one
not-
here is the
this has
crystal I pulled
nothing
out
to
of
do
the
with them actually doing anything. Like, the cost of paying for stuff and all that stuff. Forbes has this, but I don't think this is
More
even relevant.
petrified
I understand what he's
wood.
trying to say. Right? We all understand what he's trying to say. He's trying to say this is a big nothing burger because they went on vacation. So what? But I would want somebody to pay for my vacation if they, on the level. That'd be great.
At the time.
That makes
So
sense.
that
For
makes
these,
that's
no,
about
no, hold on. I want to make sure that's clear. You said they were taking 2 or 3 at a time. All of these, I made it very certain that my numbers only included the 2 of them. So the one trip that they took his mother on,
2 adults.
2 adults, yes.
It's nothing extraordinary.
So you said $3,700 for a family of 4. That does not surprise me. For families that can't afford to go on vacations, does not surprise me.
So it's basically what the average American would do.
So
Shit.
that's
I put
Yes.
the
this
lid
is
the wrong way
half
up.
of that for 2 people. So you said $3,700 for a family of 4. This is for 2 people,
Right. It's just
right?
And they're spending as much as
So
a family of 4.
that, yes.
So it wouldn't necessarily be average. It's 2 adults. Bottom line is, it's not extravagant. It's not lavish, is it?
It is.
But it's not lavish.
That's, and that's one of the reasons I didn't include all
Where's
the
my garbage
Ubers.
bag?
I quite frankly didn't want to do the math. But there were a ton of Ubers on each of these trips. There was a hotel at the beginning.
This
of
the
one of
rock you
Bahamas.
got from
I
that
didn't
guy
include
at
that. I
the
didn't
top?
include-
One thing that she said
With
that
that
they
bathtub?
found pretty fast is that the law
Remember
says
the rock
only-
the guy gave you when we picked up the
That's true.
bathtub?
The law says it only has to be $100. So If it's 20,000 or 2,000, the law says anything over $100. We're at 17,000. We're at 17,000.
Do the math, and I also did not want to.
How much does Ms. Willis make?
200 and something thousand a year.
So
It's
your argument is that a person who makes $200,000 a year is actually setting up prosecutions to go on a trip that costs $35. That's your argument.
Not one trip. We're saying that the person who sits up is probably taking, 10% of her salary she's getting from her boyfriend through a kickback. Yes, $20,000 plus. Yes, that's the argument. The argument is, look at all this money that she's getting as a kickback for paying from hiring her boyfriend who has no experience doing the prosecution. That's the conflict. Not for no one $3,700 trip. If there was only one, then you make that argument. There's many here. So I don't know what this guy's talking about.
No, not in isolation. I mean, you're talking about in isolation.
No, I'm not talking about isolation. I'm talking about
I
what's
need
in
to wash
briefs.
everything here.
I don't know what
so-
else you may be speculating about. I'm just talking about what's in briefs that says this is the benefit that she got. And all I'm saying is that I got a person who's making $200,000, and the benefit that you're putting into the briefs, not what you may say that you may find elsewhere, but the benefit in the briefs is I went on a trip for $3,300, we moved up over $100.
Adding up this
And they made up all
$20,000.
these prosecutions to go on a 3-day.
Well, hold on. No one said they made up all these prosecutions to just go on this trip, right? It's about the appearance of impropriety. But even without that, his argument is that if you could take the trips and isolate them each one, so one trip for $2,500, we're saying that she did it just for that one trip, but that's not the argument at all. The argument is that we have about $20,000 of trips given to someone making $200,000 a year. Now, if they were, let's say if this was $20,000 in cash, it would be it's obvious, right? But this isn't. Instead of paying cash, they pay in the form of luxurious trips. That's the issue. So, and as you can see, it's really dishonest the way he's doing it, but I understand because it's political game. But he's trying to say, do you really think someone who's making $20,000 a year is going to do this for $20,000? No, I would say no. But for $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about somebody who's 10% of that person's salary, which is a lot of money. Just imagine if someone offered you $20,000 in trips. You go cruise wherever, $20,000, $30,000. But I can't pay you in cash. I'm going to pay you in luxurious trips to wherever you want to go. Yeah, that's a benefit.
They cruise for $3,300. I mean, that's your argument. If that's your argument,
Out
that's
of
your
the
argument.
way. Where did my
That's
garbage bag
in the
go?
brief.
It's not the argument.
That's not our argument. So,
Yeah.
we did argue for about 3 hours.
What did I do with my garbage bag?
What else is in the brief?
Yes.
A lot of facts, a lot of law.
No, as far as actual financial benefit.
So the financial benefit that I put in the brief was what I could prove. I did
didn't throw
not
it out
want
the
to have
window.
any, as you call it, speculation.
My garbage
I
bag.
did not want to speculate about anything else.
Oh, I
did
put it
not
all the way in
know
the front.
if
That's
Mr.
where I
Wade
put it.
paid for an Uber, which was literally sitting in at the same time. You can kind of assume because it's from the airport to the hotel, but I did not want to speculate to that, so I didn't include those in the numbers. So the hard numbers in here are all of these numbers and all the yes, the ones that I actually had hard numbers that I knew that she had. Yes, that's in the brief.
And our business deals with proof. And so that's the proof that we have.
That's what I
That person is doing all of this.
right. Oh yeah, and so what I included was what I had the actual hard proof of. And then some of it's attached to the brief, some of it I got by subpoena. So some of it is actually exhibits that were admitted. I think I submitted to you all the certified business records from a couple different travel agencies. Those are actually admitted. And there were a lot of other receipts that I had that I did not know for sure if they were joined, and so I didn't include those.
Now, one thing I do love is the effort. The effort in trying to say, oh, this is nothing, this is just, the effort. But just imagine how morally compromised you have to be to make that argument that this guy's making. Oh, you're saying this. And he's like, no, we're not saying that. We're not saying that at all, right? You have all the documents. You have all the receipts. You have all the proof. And I would say take the Democrat from her name. And if I told you a prosecutor was prosecuting cases and getting $17,000 in luxury gifts as a kickback from one of the people they hired, you would think, returning from prosecuting a garbage man, right? In the sanitation department. Like, this it's obvious we have an issue here. But she handles it. She's like, the documents are here. And that's one great thing about when you have the facts on your side, you just make sure they argue with the facts. They're not arguing with you, they're arguing with the facts at the time. And facts is always right. But What you think? How you think Ashley held up under questioning? And the next one, we're going to look at the phone records and see exactly what the phone records say. So that's going to be an interesting one. If you like this type of content, don't forget to like, subscribe to our YouTube stuff.
It's open, I think.
See you in the next one.
See if it's open.
How'd you learn about this?
Hold on, I can't,
Between Mr. Wood, I think this has been acknowledged now by both parties. Correct?
What?
It's a dispute as to when it began, but it's acknowledged that they had I don't know if they still do, but at least had a romantic relationship.
Yes, that's
How'd you figure that out? How'd you find out?
oh, my shoes. He needs me to record him opening a box because it was delivered broken. Come see. Oh, you can't. You're not gonna be able to get through. Dude, no, Orly's, if you go, Orly's gonna try, babes. You can't. I'll send you the video. No, there isn't. Where you at? Oh, there you are. Be right back. It's the cabinet stuff. I took the doors off of it, but I got that part right there. I'm gonna use, so I just built another, look. I just built it into another, I need it open. I need it open. But, oh, look what I found. Look at this. And look at that under there. It's worse. Oh, God.
Careful.
Yeah, it's worse. I know. It's bad.
Mine probably looks this way or even worse.
His legal representation of these.
That's kind of what I was afraid of.
So I'm spraying it with mold stuff, and I'm going to clean it up. It looks better, a lot better now that I've sprayed it. So I got these things. I'll use them if I have to. So
Is this
I'll send you.
So that's good to know though, because that means you have 2 wood layers.
Oh yeah, I have the real floor. He just put the wood right on top of the floor that the bus
Yeah, I
had.
see that.
And then he stopped at this point.
And that sucks because that blue stuff under there, that's some of the best possible flooring in the world. We cannot go buy this anywhere.
Really?
The only place it comes from is the fucking bus manufacturers.
Stop it!
Dude, it's indestructible. It's
Well,
virtually
it's like,
indestructible.
oh god, a ton of mold and mildew around it right now.
Well, what I'm worried about is this. What I'm worried about is this. Underneath this blue stuff,
Yeah,
it is glued to a freaking sheet of wood about that thick
yeah.
or more. Might be a little bit more like, no, it's so that is glued to wood, and then the wood is sitting on metal.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna put these in the shed against the wall. This will be the only thing that'll be mine in the shed. And they'll give me like a week. I just need it next weekend, I think, to be able to put up the insulation.
Let's put it in the carport somewhere.
It won't get messy in there.
I mean, it might get wet, but that stuff's waterproof. Just wipe it off.
It won't go down in it and get moldy.
No, it shouldn't. It should be mold resistant. It should say on it too.
Orly, stop! No! You're not going to the door. You're stuck where you are right now.
It should be mold resistant though. That's why I always buy the pink stuff, the R7, because it is definitely mold resistant. It's also bug resistant.
It was one of those dates, and I was taking a plea in front of Judge Harris, and Mr. Bradley was
Dude, something happened to my phone where for some reason
Mr. Bradley at our hearing.
none of my stuff shows up in my top bar anymore.
He was taking the plea with me.
Well, I
And
guess
Bert
I
and I have known each other
keep
for a long time.
That could be why.
Everybody's known each other for a long time. We were all sitting in a conference room attached to that courtroom, waiting.
I just sent you the video.
chit-chatting.
Yeah, I see that.
He
That's
went back
what
in,
was
and
telling
Mr.
me.
Bradley went through the whole thing.
That works well.
No,
You didn't notice this?
got stuck on one
There
spot.
were people in the room.
Better than nothing though.
Just spilling this sauce.
I was gonna put this piece of wood on top of this, but now I'm gonna put the bar on top of this. I took the top of the bar. It's press board, but it's solid and big, so I kept that.
Press board?
Yeah, it's not solid wood. No.
Well, that sucks. And probably a good thing I did not do what I was doing with it. 'Cause
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to.
I was gonna stick it outside.
No, it wouldn't last. Yeah, that's why I was just like, fuck it. I'm tossing the parts that I don't want. I'm just gonna use this extra piece of wood. It'll make a perfect table. and or countertop, which is I need the open.
He said that they met at a
I need the open, but I'm gonna try and get some kind of shelving over here. I got this right here, so I'll be able to put my dishes and stuff right there, and then this will be my like counter space, and then I'll get that shit finished up, the stove, and then I'll be able to cook food here. You can use my camp stove once I get this. Done. Can I hook a green propane tank up to the thing you got going there?
Not well. So
she became DA.
the initial response to that is no, not immediately.
January 2021.
What was that?
So she became DA January 1st, 2021. But she had a transition team.
What the hell was that?
So and Mr. Wade was in
I
charge
heard
of her
it, but I
transition
didn't hear
team. So
enough to
Surrounded
even
told me
remotely.
Water just dumped like off the roof onto the
they met at this conference.
thing. Oh, and the house is tilting bad more. It's tilting more. I'm scared. I'm starting to get anxious because all this shit is gonna start falling. When it jumps in. Stop it! Stop it!
It's gonna take a bit more to knock that stuff over.
It
But
almost fell twice. Because it's on the tire well, actually. There's a piece of wood that I rigged with some other wood and screwed it and made it like a flat surface like this kind of. But I have two pieces of wood shaped around the thing. So it's sturdy and stable, but, and then the dresser fit perfectly
you
on
screwed
it.
it to the tire well?
No, I didn't screw it in.
Okay, I was
No, I made, like what you made for the tub, I made for the tire well upside down.
Okay, but
Like that kind
yeah,
of
don't,
situation. I'm not screwing nothing into the floor.
well, I mean, you can screw stuff into the floor, but do not screw into the tire
There's already
walls.
holes in it. Little tiny pinholes. They're
Well,
not screw
that's
size holes.
fine, but here's why you screw into the tire wells. There is no insulation, there is no wood,
Yeah, no,
there
I'm
is
not gonna do
nothing.
that. I'm not gonna screw into
The
that.
tire wells are the only thing in here where it's just metal to the outside.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Freaking, but that also has, so the fact that putting a screw through there might mean you blow a tire someday. The other issue
That's
is,
the reason why I would be too afraid to do it,
yeah,
honestly.
you do not put them through the wheel wells because if you do, the tires are like right there.
Yeah.
And
No,
fucking, you
no,
pop
like
a tire.
I made the pieces of wood and then I set it down. It's literally a piece of plywood like this.
Yeah.
With two pieces of wood going that way, and they're all screwed together so that it's stable and it hugs the circle. And then the dresser fit on it like this, where the legs are actually over the edge.
Yeah.
So the dresser is flush to the piece of wood.
So the wheel
And
wells
then-
are one of the biggest.
They had
Here's the problem and why something needs to be figured out. Although I already know several answers to the issue.
Again, she's about to say
Uh,
that she did. I think she stopped.
Because wheel wells are naked metal, and that's all it is, they are the worst condensators and your worst loss of freaking.
I was gonna put the bathroom on top of the wheel well, and then
That you can't do.
what do you mean? Oh, that's like what everybody does.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
I swear that's where everyone puts their bathroom. Roxanne has her bathroom there
No,
too.
it's not.
It's where everybody I've seen.
No, I'd love to see this and how
I'll
the
show
fuck
you.
they-
I'll show you.
I'd love to see this and how it is that they plumbed the freaking shit. Here's the problem. You put the bathroom on top of the wheel well, you're going to have your toilet is going to end up about this high off the ground. You see this? You're going to need about this much room to get a toilet in on that freaking wheel well. Which means you're going to be way up here. I'm too fucking big for that shit.
Yeah, no, I'm not. But no, so they do the toilet. So you build the toilet right here, and a little counter space right there, and that's it. Boom, bathroom.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, but like,
Not a
again,
shower.
you have to deal with plumbing the freaking septic
Who's
tank.
plumbing? We're talking about like composting toilets and stuff.
I know you.
So what, it gets all contained right here?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember specifically.
Yeah, and then you can lift the seat is a flat
I don't leave my wife
like this,
Yeah.
and you can put a real toilet seat on that flat too, so you're not sitting on the wood.
Have you read?
But you
like,
just lift your composting toilet up out of it.
and then do what with that?
She's selling this.
Throw it away. Do whatever you do with your composting toilet stuff.
That's your biggest problem right there.
I mean, you're supposed to have a compost pile that's specifically just for waste like that in your, in your space.
It's all illegal, and there's good reason for it.
Well-
There's no composting toilet, compost fast enough. You gotta do other stuff, add lime, all sorts of shit.
I do plenty of things that are, that laws don't make sense half the time anyway, Adam.
Well, it makes perfect sense when you're gonna contaminate the groundwater. And that's the problem
That's why
we have.
you don't do it
That's
anywhere
why-
near water.
listen,
you have to
that's
be
why-
100 feet, 100 yards away from water.
That's why we can't drink the freaking water here right now, because all the septic tanks overflowed after the fire
Yeah, I know.
and freaking contaminated the groundwater.
I know.
Well, what?
But yeah, you do it 100 feet from the waterway. Oh man, it's not nearly as bad anywhere else. It was worse in that one spot.
That's temporary though. You can't The problem is you have to move them as well frequently.
Well, I had the county come out and look at my stuff and tell me all the things that I needed to do when I was living on the property, because I had all these idiots calling the law on me all the time saying I was doing illegal things, and I knew I wasn't because I had done plenty of research. So the county came out and I had him tell me, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do to fix? And he was like, this looks actually great.
And we talked about it.
He's like, it's far enough away from the, oh my God.
Almost 30 years, and literally it was
Oh, Orly, you cannot come over here. I am treating the floor for mildew. If you walk on it, you'll get sick.
We went through, you know, I was obviously
We need a little
I'm
ledge.
afraid to know what the wood underneath our original floors looks
Oh my
like.
God, me too.
I mean, I stripped, in the front of my bus, I stripped the blue shit off, regrettably. Well, mine was green, but I stripped it off before putting that closed floor down. Because I wanted to try to compensate on some of the freaking distance, you know? And, yeah, I can only imagine what that wood looks like now.
Me too.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, it makes me very anxious to think about.
I don't, like, trying to pull the wood floor up off the metal, that would be a real pain.
Yeah, I'm really nervous about trying to pry the wood off of that stuff that's there.
I don't know, I'm not too concerned about it. I think that
Scraping it and breaking the wood because it's glued and screwed.
we ought to get it totally unscrewed and see what it takes to get one up.
Yeah, well, the cool thing about the rot is that it'll make the glue less, less powerful.
Less sticky, hopefully.
Yeah,
Hopefully
exactly.
it's rotted the glue.
I don't know what he used. Something silicone in a tube type stuff. Oh, there's a screw sticking out of the floor right there. Yeah, babe.
I need a few dry
What,
minutes.
Elliot?
Just a few, not many. Just a few.
What?
Talking to the rain.
Oh. I don't know what you mean. Oh, it's a jack. Where's that water coming from? Oh, right there. It's a jack, a big jack. It weighs like 100 pounds. Yeah, it's meant to lift up the, he's gonna lift up the bus with it to put stuff under the tires. We're gonna lift the shed up off the ground, and we're going to put a foundation underneath it, like a concrete foundation. We're gonna lift it up off the ground. No, it doesn't. He put gravel and then put it down. It wasn't supposed to be there long term like that, and now that it's going to be, it needs to be fixed.
Chris says she had a girlfriend that does the time of graphics, like bestie, and was her place. He gave it all up. And he said the only reason why he knows this is because
What is in that?
and got it from his client.
Oh, I need like a hammer.
See this?
Oh, I got big. Just fucking hemorrhaging because the bus is so tilted. All the water's coming like this, and so water's pooling up in the windowsills and dumping in the windows right here. That's why it's all moldy. This is very stressful. Oh, babies, you're gonna just have to wait. I'm sorry. I gotta get this done. I gotta get our stuff out of that shed. And I'm gonna have to go underneath it. We have a rug out front now.
I was driving a bike that looks so close to Franklin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, from GTA.
That's cool.
Holy moly. It has 380 horsepower. Is that a lot or what?
Yeah, can you come over here and shut this window?
How?
It's the emergency window.
I don't know how.
Elliot, gosh darn it, it's the emergency window. Stop with this I don't know how stuff.
I thought you were talking about
I can't. I need help. No, you don't.
I thought you were talking about the other window.
I know, but if you would listen, I said the emergency window.
Okay, good.
bed.
Can I please have that block back now?
What block, buddy?
The cord?
It's right there, next to you. Why do you need the cord?
Because I'm at 12%.
I guess you can use it for right now. It's attached. Look. Why are you acting like that? You literally are getting what you want.
Game? Shut itself off.
You're getting what you want.
Then I kind of upset.
Hold on, be mindful of the, you're fine, you're good. Go, be mindful. Whoa, 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 glass. It's hooked. There you go. Just pull it over, yeah. I don't want to get stepped on. Here, okay. Just putting it right here, right here, here and here. What a bummer, dude.
What?
Mold.
I know something that's even more a bummer? I can't even use the computer at home because I can't.
Elliot, stop it right now. Stop it right now. You're gonna lose the ability to play that game at all if you're acting like this. I get it, you're upset, but you literally, there's zero buildup. You go from normal to instantly, calm it down.
I'm only upset because I can't even watch anything.
Elliot, get over it. Life is not about fucking TV.
You always use the TV.
I listen to stuff.
Yeah,
I listen to podcasts. I inform myself with information. I don't just fucking mind numb myself with stories. Sometimes I'll entertain myself with stories, but I'm not trying to escape my reality by going into other people's stories. I'm in my own reality, doing things with my hands. I'm listening to things and I'm working my ass off. Dude, there's just fucking hemorrhaging. Dude, the water's just fucking hemorrhaging. Oh my god. This sucks, dude. There's another nail out of the ground. Another nail? What the fuck? My bus was thrown around by somebody. All this water!
Fanny Willis is going away because the court tied her up in. And who finds it even to find that, okay, well, this is even so, she's allowed to be on the case, and he may
God, please send me sunny days. Dude, it's fucking dumping. Where in the fuck am I supposed to... What am I supposed to use? There it goes. Dude, water is just fucking hemorrhaging inside the house so bad. No wonder the floor is black here. It's just been fucking leaking every time it rains. I live in Oregon.
So much of this is in the judge's discretion, and a lot of times if the judge hates you, I mean, that can kind of be the nail in the coffin, but this is not the case in your situation. You know, he donated a little bit
What a bummer, dude.
kind of worked up under her. So they have a very good relationship, right? So it's not like he has a bone to pick with her. He's not like he's some staunch Republican and he's going to try to screw her. But yeah, so all of these I think you're right. Because this was Friday. You guys go. This is Friday. The judge is going to have to look at it. Number one, of course he knows, right? Now, I'm happy to have the other thing is that you guys say about so the judge wants to do two things. First, he's going to determine if that thing is irrelevant to this case. He's going to move the needle. Wait, let's go back. You said the GPS? The GPS, the cell tower stuff. Oh, okay, yeah. Wait, let me jump in. Did you, well, no, go ahead, because I want to ask you about this. Apparently, Fanny filed a motion or response or something today. Yeah. So, I don't even know about it. I haven't read it or anything, so I didn't know if that related to... Yes. Well, it does. It actually does. So the defendants came, and you guys, the defendants came, you get that to say that cell towers that were being used were about Willis' house and
Right now, some new questions about the personal life of Fulton County DA Fanny Willis. Donald Trump's Georgia attorneys hired a private investigator to map calls between Fulton County's DA and a top
Refrigerator under there, put the other fridge right here.
More than 2,000 text messages, 2,000 potentially 35 agents. In one instance, the document reports that Wade received a call from Willis just after midnight and remained in the area of her apartment until 4:55 a.m. The criminal and constitutional law professor says that this new data may cast doubts on Willis's testimony about the affair. It could discredit it, making it harder for Willis and Wade to remain on Georgia's election interference case.
So for those of you who don't know, use a cell phone. It connects to various towers. So when you're driving, you can see the various towers that it connects to. You can trace. Using that. Your phone is actually using Facebook. You're still using that and still connected to those towers. So they were able to track his phone that way. But the good thing in the back of it is that even though someone comes to that tower in my house, that covers, a couple miles, maybe a mile, come anywhere in that facility. That's what I'm getting with this motion. It's like GPS, 6 feet. You think you have to come downtown and go in that sprint. Anything in that, within that range. So they're saying the cell tower, even though the show is because they're downtown. And it's
That thing's brown?
Say, well, number one, is it, you gotta authenticate it, right? How we did it, and go through it out. Then you have to have your expert testify to it, to the authenticity of it, but the accuracy of it, and then I get the course exam. So hopefully Friday we'll get that little display about this. Now it's gonna be funny because usually it's the DA who's trying to get that information in for cases. Now they're gonna get kicked out. So it's gonna be those if you got a client, a female client comes with you because that old lady was taking pictures 12,000 times, they called her 2,000 times in a 6-month period. Is that not evidence of a relationship? 100%. Yes, 100%.
No way, dude.
What?
Boy.
What?
Nothing. Good stuff. Come on, wiggle your way this way. Anyway, just put a screw in that piece of wood to hold the table legs open. Man, I am a freaking genius. Yay, 2 pieces of wood the same size and thickness.
Hey, Mom.
Baby.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I know, baby. Mommy's literally trying to get to the point where I can make food. I know. Thank you for being so very patient. There are chips right there, though, that you can have in the meantime.
Huh?
There are chips that you can have in the meantime. As soon as I'm done getting these tables set up, I can bring in the cook stuff and start making some food.
Even though I think the attorney, Terrence Bradley, he's a liar, but I think the parts that of his testimony were text messages he sent to Ashley, saying about when the relationship started, the tricks and all that stuff, and I think in context, you look at those things, you can tell the relationship obviously preceded his hiring at the DA's office. If you take that against the testimony that they put forth, I think that they were lying, or they were being truthful. With that said, I would say that just because of the appearance of impropriety, he should be disqualified from the case, but I don't believe the judge is going to do that. I think for him to do that,
Perfect size. So I'm afraid the table will collapse, the legs will come together, so I'm trying to figure out a way that I can put something here and still utilize my refrigerator. So I'm going to put these 2 pieces of wood like this, and they're going just underneath the framing, the bar that goes this way on the table. Or yeah, there's like a little bit of distance, so the wood fits perfectly in that gap. So I'm just going to put a screw to force the legs open, and that should work.
We got money missing, we got all these ethical violations, and if there's any criminal issues, who prosecutes, even a lot of the civil issues. So I think
That's a great point.
I'm thinking he's thinking shit.
Ow.
I'm messing with fire here with the DA's office. I already ran it out. Now I'm under the gun because at any point they can turn around and be like, you know those none of those statements that you made, this, and we're going to be looking into criminal investigation for those. That's very possible, right? No, that's that counts, right?
100%, because apparently the women showed up to testify. They weren't allowed to testify, but if that happened, let's say 2 years ago or something like that, it could well be the station.
2020 So this was the 5 years, because usually it's 5 years statute for sex assault.
And also on the stand today, it was intimated. It was interesting. Ashley asked Terrence, didn't you get a call from Gabe? And he was like, yeah. And then didn't call one of your friends? And then Terrence was like, yeah. And then didn't right after that you went out and hired 2 attorneys and you called me? So calling one of your friends that would have you run out hire 2 attorneys.
Okay. Now hopefully my refrigerator will still fit under there, and I can still open it. We shall see. And then
and there's a lot on the line. People have been threatened for so much less.
I wonder.
And you actually followed that after he set up
Secure this to the table as
those
well.
like nice suede boots. And one thing that he had mentioned, he was kind of like, he went after Ashley. One of his very last questions to Mr. Bradley was kind of along the lines of, has anybody contacted you from the prosecutor's office? Has anybody contacted you before you testify? So I think he's trying to peel back on that a little bit
Yes,
more.
sir.
Yeah, he wants to show. If you remember the last couple of days, Steve Zeta always asked a couple of questions. Like Reverend said, did you go to Washington? Did you meet with President I think Steve, but I think next time when they do this, they gotta at least take some straw poll and say, listen, we're gonna start with Steve to let him get the questions that we need answered, and then you can play around with it. What you can do next, you know?
Right. I think Ashley will probably go last next time on Friday. She'll
She
probably
messed
go
it
last.
all up today. The reason why everything was so crazy because she messed it all up. And I feel bad for saying that she's the honey pot that got us to the table.
It really would have been better if Steve or somebody else could have started. And that's an answer. We've gone over this. You know, let's keep it moving, keep it moving. And she also got the most time out of time. So if you would have all that time, he really would have worked Bradley. And Bradley's demeanor was different with Steve than it was with Ashley. You know, Terrence, when he was talking with Ashley, it was, you know, he was very kind of defensive and fighting back and withholding and, you know, lying. With Steve, I think he apologized to Steve like 4 or 5 different times. Oh, I apologize. Kind of kowtowing to him. And so if because of that demeanor and he was much less willing to think it right back to Steve, because it's probably more intimidating to Steve. You know, Steve could have got a lot more information.
But I also think Steve's approach to the question.
Ouch.
Tell me a speech. You know, hey, what about
didn't admit or get one of them admitted correctly or at least in full. So that was interesting too.
And for the I like to take cross-examination as a commando. Get in, get out, and let the other side explain, right? You want to get your points off, and number 2 is that
Catching waters
is not really saying anything. I don't think any of the witnesses say on cross-examination yes or no. I don't need to explain nothing. I don't need anything. Yes or no. Did you kill her? No. Whatever. It's all leading questions. As soon as they start wanting to go into more stuff, I'm cutting them off. No.
Right.
That's it. That's Steve. Steve is like that. Steve is he questions like I would. But I think Merchant is questions like, well, how do you feel today? Do you remember giving me the no. Do you remember? You sent me this text message that said blah 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 blah. That and now it's even the way you ask the question. So that's why I think the tone. And I also think it's just he really did hit. He used to be.
Why are you being so crude? You're not usually this crude, but you got other men around, so you're being all crude now.
I scratch your back, you scratch mine, right? Yeah.
You got your buddy with you, and so you're acting a fucking crass fool. Alabama Barker!
Drama between Brianna Olsen and 2K has gotten so big that actual celebrities are chiming in on it now, which I do have to say recently, it's so sad to me that Brianna Olsen looked at this whole situation as in like, oh my gosh, it's gonna get the views, it's gonna get the clicks, which yes it did. Millions upon millions of views. Like I kept on looking at videos and I was like, yo, I have to say this was probably like in the 100 million views. I'm talking about like total as far as like people talking about it and all the viral clips, you know what I'm saying? Like this is really big on TikTok right now. I think it's so crazy that actual celebrities are talking about it. Sky Jackson and Alabama Barker are chiming in on this situation, and I'm just so like baffled by the whole entire thing because I'm like, oh damn, this is getting really, really big. Also too, because Sky Jackson and Alabama Barker left a public comment, 2K had to like speak up about this situation. If you guys did not check out my previous videos where I am talking about Brianna Olsen, I want to say this, okay? I obviously am not a mom, I'm not a parent, so I don't know how these things go down, but obviously I do have life experience, and I do have several friends and family members who have kids and have went through PPD. A lot of people are now rallying behind Brianna Olsen and saying like, oh no, she has PPD, and I have to say this, I think that that is really nice of people to have compassion and to actually be trying to sympathize for her. I gotta keep it just real with my opinions, okay? I really do, if say for example she does have PPD, I hope that she gets the help she needs. However, I find it really difficult to actually see that because she's so obsessed with the views, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys have checked out my previous videos before, there are clips to where Vale is saying, oh my gosh, like all this shit is going down with her son, and what's she worried about? Oh, is it streaming? Oh, at least it's being streamed right now. It's like, you're talking about getting views for your son's drama. Like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And yes, I do understand that PPD can take, form in many different ways and cause people to act out in many different ways. I totally get that. It just comes across as very bizarre to me and very hard for me to understand, because I'm like, you're doing all of this like for views and for attention, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are saying, like, if you follow along with Brianna Olsen for the longest time, like, she's always been kind of crazy like this, even before she had her baby. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I find it really, really nice, okay? I find it really, really nice that people like Sky Jackson and Alabama Barker and so many other, thousands of other people out there are saying, like, oh, like, she has something. I think it's really nice, but we do also got to keep it real, like, what if she doesn't? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying over here, because shit is messy. Shit is getting really, really messy, but I do have to say this, though. I think that it's kind of, like, bizarre to me, that all of a sudden now that she's also, or obviously, like, facing losing complete custody of her son, now she's saying she's going to go to rehab. Now she's saying that she may have PPD, and it's kind of like, okay, but for all this time now, you could have been seeking help. Do you know what I mean? Like, all this time now, someone around you could have been like, girl, I really think that you need help, but no, they're over here hyping her up to do all this crazy shit, and she's over here partaking in it, and I just don't know.
God, I'm so fucking smart, it drives myself crazy sometimes.
As of right now, and yes, my opinion may change on this, okay, so don't y'all come at me sideways, because if in 2 months down the road I change my opinion, obviously it depends upon what's going on. I have to say, as of right now, it comes across as she is obviously stuck in the limelight, and she wants all the attention that brings her money. And, obviously she's being, like, infamous, let's just say, online right now. And maybe she is, really trying to, like, live up to that. Do you know what I'm saying? As to where I feel like, yes, PPD can obviously, cause you to do all these erratic things, but I'm just kind of like, why is she solely focusing on you? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this, okay? I want to start this off by playing this clip right here to where you'll see Brianna Olsen looking very wholesome, and, like, she really does look like she's, like, a really good mom. And low-key, I'm gonna be real with you guys, I low-key got a little emotional watching it, because I was like, oh, like, she really does seem like if you guys have steadily followed along with the Brianna Olsen situation, like I have, then you will see, like, there's more crazy moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more moments of her looking like a bad mom than there are of her looking like a good mom. I am not trying to mom shame in any way, shape, or form. That is not my goal here. That's not my objective. But I do have to say that because specifically we're going to talk about Sky Jackson and Alabama's, comments about this. Because in this clip, it really is sad. Like, it makes her look like, oh, she was a good mom. Do you know what I'm saying? But then something went south. So check this out.
I'm your mom, and I think you should be a girl, but I hope you're a healthy baby. I love you, and I can't wait to meet you. And whatever you are, I will love you forever. Je t'aime. Love you. Some of pictures today. The theme is Disney Pixar. I'm literally gonna cry making this video. But for the first time, I'm gonna be away from my son for 5 days. He's gonna be with his dad. So I'm gonna put on
No, baby, this one makes that sound.
I will seek mental help. I will go to kidnapping classes. I will pass my kidnapping classes. I will pass my PPD. And
Yeah!
I will get myself
God
back.
damn, Heather.
Right there,
You
like,
so smart.
She looks like a really good, wholesome mom. Like, everything started off really good, but then things, kind of went south. And this is why a lot of people are speculating that she has PPD. Like I said, I don't know if she does, because she very well could, and this very well could be a reaction of that. However, I just would appreciate if she would get out there and, like, be like, okay, I'm gonna go get help, because people will still follow along within her journey, and she could obviously open the door to so much other, like, different type of content. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many other people that are going through that. So I'm just kind of like, okay, if that was the case, rather than you being online, acting out with your son, you could obviously, be going to, like, rehab and talking about this. Or she says rehab, okay? I don't know if that's what it's called. I thought it was therapy, like, because I have had some other people in my life, go through PPD and they had to go through therapy. I don't know why she specifically says rehab. I don't know. Anyways, I do have to say this, that Alabama Barker commented on this, hanging out with the wrong individuals in LA. These people have horrible influence on her. I do wish her growth and prosperity. That's another thing I gotta say, like, obviously when you watch the whole group of friends, it's clear to see that they're all clout chasing too. Like, sorry to say it, but, like, you see Santos running over there to be in that house, obviously with homegirl Vale. But recently I did make a video about Vale, and Vale did call her out, and I was like, oh shit, like, I actually was surprised that Vale was speaking up and saying, no, what she is doing is wrong. She shouldn't be doing this shit. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. Like, I actually like that she spoke up and said some shit about it. You know what I mean? But I do have to say this, though. Like, all these other people and them trying to create a MILF house, obviously trying to compete with, like, the BOP house. So they're trying to have, like, these moms live in a house to where they create OF content. I get it, and low-key, I feel like a lot of people are probably into that type of content, but it's just kind of like, you're going through a custody battle right now. Like, girl, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? So I understand Alabama's point right here. I do want to go ahead and read this right here, though, okay? Because this obviously made 2K speak out about this, because Sky Jackson commented on this, and in this specific comment, it did look like she was anti-2K. It looked like, obviously, she was Team Grey on this. And I'm assuming that she'll follow along with, like, all this drama. But, low-key, since this has been going on for, like, quite some months now, obviously, you would have to know every little bit of detail to know just how, like, really bad Brianna Olsen has been acting out online. This is what Sky Jackson had said right here. I think she has PPD, which can last years. And, yes, that is true.
Yep, it did. It lasted 3 years for me.
Not even a week after birth, etc. She needs support and the right guidance. She's acting out due to trauma. Praying. And yes, I love that Sky is over here and obviously having compassion for her, but then also we do gotta realize that, hey, maybe she really is a deadbeat mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they go hand in hand. I am not trying to be insensitive whatsoever, because like I said, I have personally known people that go through this. Y'all, if I'm being honest with you, quite a few people that I know have actually went through this, and their version of it was so different. And I'm not trying to have tunnel vision. I'm trying to be open-minded, obviously, and to realize, like, this can affect everybody differently. But I'm just like, whoa, the shit that she's doing online, I'm just like, oh, damn, you know what I mean? Like, homegirl, get it together, you know? Like, obviously, she's in charge of this, too, and she could make a change.
Oh my god, it's literally the same spot it was in. No way. I found the exact hole that it was screwed in before.
Like, it got millions of views because
by
all this
accident.
stuff happening right now with Brianna Olsen, like, to see her looking like that, it's like everyone's going to see, like, what happened. And you have to say this, though. I feel like Love's going to get some heat for this. People obviously need to, like, wake up a little bit, too. Like, of course, there's going to be a little correlation to where, like, oh, these are all the big moments, everything was good, and people see that and they're like, oh my god, what went wrong? Like, something has to have happened. Like, these are just, do you know what I mean? Like, y'all, we could put a compilation together of anything and try to paint together. Do you know what I'm saying? If you have somebody on live every single day, and there's, like, hundreds of thousands of minutes of footage, and then you just take 1 minute of footage, not even 1 minute, and, like, compile it together, you can make anything look good, or you can make anything look bad, okay? And I don't like that people on the internet get out there and they're like, oh,
Clear
this
out them
person's
evil
horrible, and it's like,
spirits.
that's a compilation of their worst moments, or this person's great, and it's like, that's a compilation of their best moments. You get what I'm trying to say here? Like, I'm not trying to be a bitch, I'm just keeping it real, that anybody could paint any narrative they want to within 30 seconds. Let's go ahead and keep it real here. Anyways, I do want to go and play this clip right here to where 2K is addressing the whole situation, so check it out.
Regardless of what anybody thinks about me serving her 3 days after she gave birth, it doesn't bother me. Because at the end of the day, I did what was best for my son. If I didn't serve her at the time that I did, my court date wouldn't be as soon as it is now. What's most important is putting my son in a safe environment. And then we can talk about postpartum, because I'm not here to dismiss that. But at the same
Everybody
time,
talks in that
are we talking
influencer
about
inflection. So
postpartum?
I know, baby. I'm on it. I'm almost out the door, which is
Father is too.
super
I
close.
feel like I was put in a position to do what
Okay.
I had to as a dad. And again, I'm not dismissing postpartum, but I would just hope that people seek the help that they need in the best interest of their children.
There you heard from him. He's saying that it doesn't bother him what people have to say because obviously he had to file that at the time, being that he knows how long the court system is going to take, which, by the way, like, they're still in the middle of their court case, and it's like, y'all, the baby, I want to say, is almost 9 months now. Could be even more, honestly. So that's why I'm just kind of like, I get it, and it does seem insensitive. Like, when you hear, like, damn, what the hell, you filed right away? Like, that's crazy. And it seems very fucked up of him. It really does. But then it's kind of like, it's still going on. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know what he was supposed to do in this exact moment. Like, was he supposed to just let her do whatever, be whatever type of way? Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to be so, like, sympathetic about this, you know what I mean? But then I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, if you guys have followed along with the Brianna Olsen stuff, I'm like, gosh, like, it's pretty hard because you see the way that she acts and, like, everything as far as, like, her sleeping into Miss Court. I'm just kind of like, y'all, let me tell y'all something, okay? Y'all can judge me all the fuck you want. I don't care, okay? I love to drink. I don't care. Y'all know when I go on live, I have my drinks. I sit back. I'm a mess, okay? I will be in court. I don't give a shit if I was still drunk, whatever. I'm gonna wake up, roll up out of bed, and turn on the the damn computer and get to court. So I could even say that coming from my perspective of like, I'm not even a parent, and I'm like, okay, whatever I have to do, I will still do, even if I went out the night before. Why couldn't she just wake up and turn on the computer? That's all she had to do, and the fact that she missed that, this is why I'm saying, I'm like, yeah, like I try to give y'all, if you guys have watched, I pray you guys have watched my videos for a long time, because y'all know I always love to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, because I would want that same type of energy reciprocated onto me, you know what I'm saying? But it's just very hard when it comes down to Brianna Olsen. I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, Sky Jackson actually replied back to that, and she said, if you read my other comment, you would see I said you're a great dad, and Winter needs to be with you until she gets her stuff together. I hope she gets the help that she needs, and you're doing what's best. And that is true, and I do want to say that I did actually go back. My
toothbrush charger, thank God.
And she did comments in there. Oh my gosh, did I say 2 screenshots of this? Oh my gosh, I dropped the ball, y'all. I literally dropped the ball. I took the wrong screenshot of something. Oh my, I'm so mad at myself right now. I'm literally looking at my notes because y'all want to make my videos. I like take my little screenshots of everything. I had searched and I searched and I searched for Sky's other comment because I wanted to see that if she really had posted that in there. And yeah, she did. I just don't know what I did with the screenshot right now. I'm so sad, y'all, because let me tell you something. There was 400 comments underneath her post, and I literally was like, oh yeah, oh I found it right here. Oh my gosh, here it goes. I didn't put it in my notes. She wrote back to somebody else, and she said, I said what I said, period, but I do think he is a better parent and Winter needs to be with you until she gets it together. Because I was like, let me just go ahead and see what her other response was, and she really did say that right there. So I understand him obviously being defensive about this situation because it does come across within that moment like, oh, Team Rhea or whatever, but then clearly he's trying to be a good dad too. But, you know, look, I'm going to keep it with you guys. If she is going through PPD, I think that it is time for her to acknowledge it and then to make a change about it because that's your son on the line here. Knowing that you're
go potty outside?
Battle,
okay, go ahead.
I think that she would be like, oh shit, like I really do have trauma and I need to get the help that I need to obviously help her fight for it.
I know, I told him he could. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go. Go. Go outside. Go ahead. Oh, you're going to me go first? Okay, thank you. Such manners. Come on. You want to go in your spot? Or you need to go potty? No? Okay. I'm going to put Elliot's food in the oven. Go ahead, go potty. Go potty. Ooh, it smells like coffee in here. Drink in here. Oh, I really want a drink. While that's going, I'll move that insulation over to somewhere. Oof, oil everywhere. Could probably put it over there. I can get to that spot easy. Okay, now that'll be easier. Probably get it in that spot. Oh. Come on. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Orly, don't eat nothing. Come on. Let's go. As soon as I start moving in that direction, he immediately puts his head up and comes on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't go over there. Hey, no. You can't go over there. Come on. Come on, I got some treats for you. Come on. You want a treat? You want a treat? Dude. You're going to mark your territory? Okay. Come on. Come on, man. I got shit to do. Set a timer for 12 minutes. Okay. Come on. Come on, Orly. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Inside. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Come on, move quick over this area. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Good boy. Okay. No. Try and get the insulation over there. Back up, buddy. Good boy. cooking. It's got about 8 minutes left. Elliot, what are you watching right now? You're not supposed to be watching that. I said that you could. Have you got on the internet? You're not working?
Yeah.
On there now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
And literally the only thing
So, yeah, but I don't want you watching BeamNG content.
Let me finish this video at least.
Eek. No, you can play BeamNG, or you can watch educational content on YouTube.
Was at 12% early.
Yeah, I know. We just put on educational content on YouTube.
I've got 14 minutes and 33 seconds. Out of total, it has 9 minutes left. 9 minutes and... No, sorry. 8 minutes and 50... Okay, it has 8 minutes and 7 minutes left. Hear me? 8 minutes and 30.
Because because I hear you doesn't mean that I'm like in agreement. I don't think you should have been watching that to begin with. So finishing the video is like kind of defeats the point of me saying like, hey, you're not really supposed to be watching that.
They're jumping over the broken bridge.
Man, I want one of those drinks so bad. Those watermelon drinks. 2 minutes left. Garbage bags. I need to get garbage bags. Weird. What you sneezing at? I'm so thirsty. Bring that bottle with you. No. Turd. Oh shit, I left the door fucking open. Is Orly in here? Is Orly right there? Can you look? Yep, you did. Fucking tipped. The bus is so tipped, I'm having a hard time walking around. When you're done, I want to run up to the store. I want to go grab a couple of drinks and some snacky things. Oh god, man, I need to go grocery shopping. I hope I have enough time to go grocery shopping today. Honey, you really shouldn't be walking right there, girl. Oh, crap. I need a charger. Can you unplug the block for me?
Huh?
I need to run this for a minute. So I need the electrical cord. Can you unplug the block?
I really can't.
Dude.
You wanna know what percent I'm at?
I need the charger for a minute. I need you to unplug it from the block.
Yeah, you're good.
Unplug it from the block right there.
Well,
Bud?
I have food in my lap.
You're not supposed to be eating right there anyway. Eat at the foot of the bed. Grab a table and stuff. I don't want you eating in my sheets. The bed's not made.
I don't know where the paper
It's right at the foot of the bed. Yes.
Where?
It just fell back down a little bit.
I was just at 77% when I unplugged.
Frick.
And I'm already at 72%.
Oh my gosh.
What?
I'm at 72.
And I was just at 77%.
So what? And no, you probably weren't. Listen, I don't want you talking to me like that, okay? Thank you.
Anyway, my mouth was right above the food.
Yeah, but I know how it is. Food always ends up all over my sheets. And the bed is not made right now. So you're on our bare sheets right now. The bed is the one place that I have I'm the most strict about. That's my only place in the whole world that I can keep clean. But if someone's eating in the bed all the time and not at least doing it on the tray table and away from the open sheets, then it's an issue. If you want to eat up there, I don't mind, as long as you're just following the couple of things I ask. Otherwise, I'll just have to make it so you can't, and you have to eat on the floor until we get set up. Once we're set up, though, you'll have a table. I'm about to get your desk in here. Once I get your desk in here, then you'll be able to sit at the desk and eat, do your schoolwork and stuff. I totally put water in this bucket, didn't I? Yes, good job, thanks.
Oh, tell them what we found this morning next to our bed.
What did we find next to our bed this morning?
You know what? Remember?
No.
Come here.
The water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've said this many, many times that my house is leaking like a freaking sieve. Two of the insulations that I just purchased are missing.
I farted too much.
Or not two, insulations. Two of the caulking that I bought 4 and there are 2 missing. Fucking $8 a piece. It's really frustrating.
Huh?
2 of them came up missing.
When?
Well, they walked off. Like someone grabbed them and put them somewhere, or took them or something. From where I had set all of the caulking.
Where did you set them?
I set them right under the bus, and then after I set them under the bus, I brought the 2 that I could find in here. I think I'm getting hungry too. Angry. my fucking head. Fucking damn it, that hurt so bad. Came up with all my force. I'm getting angry. I think I might be hungry. I can't tell though. Are you done?
For what?
I want to run to the gas station really quickly.
Can I please get that WD root beer cotton candy? Maybe?
No, Elliot, stop. No candy.
Why not?
Elliot. Seriously? Fucking rats destroyed the shit out of this thing. Wash this with a hand, I think. Laundry bag. starts rusting, and can't believe the fucking windows were left open, dude. That just really, really hurts my feelings so bad. Like, I cannot believe the front door and all the windows were just left wide open. That just... Anything it can get caught on, it will. Getting into this like angry place. All right, let's run to the store. Elliot, I told you to turn the being bingy content off.
Why?
Dude, now you've lost it. Now you have lost the ability to use the TV. Dude, it doesn't matter. You know exactly what you're doing.
Long drive.
Dude, come on now.
Why can't I watch it?
Because you haven't done any schoolwork today. You did a little bit of Lego play and you did a little bit of reading, and then you haven't done any written schoolwork because you can't just go crazy.
I'm 17 minutes and 50.
Yeah, you were 12 minutes or 8 minutes on the last video that I had told you that you can't wear.
No, I said I had 8 minutes left.
Yes, And now here you have 16 minutes left of some other videos.
I'm at 17 minutes and 52 seconds out of 20 minutes and 12 seconds. Wait, what? Then 3 minutes. Here. Can't really finish this right now. I'll finish it when we get back. That was weird.
Damn, what'd I do with that $10 I found?
You spent it.
No, I didn't. I found a $10 bill on the counter this morning.
And you asked me this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get some. Are you spending all of that money?
Elliot. I need to get myself something to eat.
If you have a little bit left over, maybe like 2,
Dude,
maybe 3.
after I just caught you
just,
on that game that you weren't supposed to be on,
just
now
say
you want me to buy
if
you a
there's
treat?
2 or maybe.
You got shoes on? Put shoes on. They're not over here.
If you have like $2, maybe $3 left, maybe get a cotton candy. Hear me? Maybe. That's if I act good the whole way.
You were supposed to be acting good already today.
Well, I have been.
You have been at being well behaved, but you were being sneaky also, so.
Well, I wasn't. I was.
We'll be back in just a little while.
Wait, do you mean by back?